records we'll see tonight, maybe, if we're lucky.
Absolutely. It has honestly been a slugfest. Session 1 and Session 2 of the lifters left it all out there on the platform. So I know we're really looking forward to see what our lifters are going to do today. On platform 1 and 2, we have our 65 kilogram women and our 75 kilo men. We have a stacked lineup today, and we're going to see what's all going to go down here. Session 3, day 1. The twilight session, as I'll affectionately call it, because we're not doing prime time today, but it's prime time to be lifting heavy weights. Wouldn't you say so?
Absolutely. They can take the primetime name off of it, but it's still that time.
100%. So leading us off here on platform 1, we will have Paige White, who looks to take a solid squat opener at 122.5 kilograms. That's 270 pounds. And on our second platform, platform 2, opening with 132.5 kilograms, is Ashley Huang. What do these openers have in store for the rest of our night today? What do you think?
Hopefully they set the tone of everybody's making their lifts and making them look strong and good so that we can build some momentum and see some big lifts towards the end of the night. We do have 2 flights in this session instead of 3 like the last session. So the flights will be a little bit longer. You got to be a little bit more patient as you wait to see your lifters more in between flights, more than a couple minutes. We're going to have some full flights here with some 15s at that maximum size, but that's all right. We'll get them rolling and we'll get through here, and it'll be better. It's better for the lifters to have longer flights because they get more time to rest and recover in between their lifts, but sometimes they can make the meet seem a little bit longer. So we'll walk along with you and keep you informed and hopefully entertained as well as you watch your favorite powerlifters on the national stage here at the 2026 USA Powerlifting Raw Nationals presented by A7.
Absolutely. One of the things that I also love seeing from A7 is just the kits that our athletes have on today. Super, super swaggy, ready to take the platform, because as a wise man once said, if you look good, you play good. And if you play good, they pay good. And a lot of prize money on the line for our winners today.
Oh, absolutely. Winners of each division do take home a cash check, and as well as the overall best lifters, which will be awarded at the end of the weekend.
Fantastic. So if y'all can hear the commotion behind us, that means that the show is starting. We have our MC extraordinaire, Gino, getting the crowd fired up for our first lifters. And it looks like Paige White is ready to take the platform. 122.5 kilograms on the bar, 270 pounds for this opener. And Ashley Huang on platform 2, 132.5 kilograms. Let's see how these openers go for these lifters. Nice, solid unracks for them both. Nice and easy up and down from Paige. Ashley Huang doing the same. I say that bodes well for them in the coming lifts.
Yeah, both of those are textbook openers. That's really exactly what you want them to look like. Nice and easy, nice and calm. Get their routine out there, set on the platform. Get a first feel of what it kind of looks like. What's scarier than having your opener is being the first person to have your opener. You never know quite what it's like. The volume just turns on all of a sudden. You kind of heard. And it'll be a long day for these lifters, but we're here to watch them all the way.
Successful lifts, 3 white lights for both lifters. We're moving on to Danielle Jerez on platform 1, Tiffany Ong on platform 2, both of them taking some jumps from the initial attempts from their predecessors. We have 125 kilograms on the bar, 275 for Danielle, 142.5 kilograms on the bar for Tiffany. That is 314 pounds for an opener.
Yeah, and you mentioned that they both take jumps from the previous persons. The bars are loaded by flight and lift progressively unless a reattempt is granted. There's a couple reasons why that'll happen. Hopefully we can call them out for you as we see them. But it'll be few and far between. Otherwise, we'll load the bar progressively, and then we'll reload for second attempts and third attempts.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to see quite a bit. We'll be able to talk through a lot of different things that we'll see from our lifters. Coming up, platform 1, unloading, unracking 125 kilograms. We have Crizel. That's 275 pounds for an pretty solid opener. Sarah Eshelman on platform 2 is looking to take 145, 319 pounds for a quick old ride. Yeah, that looks to be easy. So, Tia, how would you describe your first attempt? What's going through your head on that?
So, for me personally,
Yeah.
I'm trying not to nervous throw up.
Sure. Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
for a lot of athletes, the opener is going to be something that they can do. They can do quite easily. They've 3-repped it. They've 5-repped it. They can do it on a bad day. They can do it in their sleep. They probably have dreamed about their openers, honestly. Most powerlifters do. But what's really going through their head is, please, please, please. And they're thinking, let me make depth. Let me make everything look perfect. And also, let me make it look good so that I can convince my coach to go up on my next attempt.
Absolutely. And Morgan doing a pretty convincing job of sinking that opener. We'll see what the judges have to say about that. Looks like 3 white lights for Morgan. So you'll see we have a few different options for how these lifters are setting up. You see the beautiful A7 kits. Our powerlifting meeting is being sponsored today by A7, one of the premier equipment outfitters for powerlifters and strength athletes, honestly, all over the country. We're thrilled to have them sponsor our USA Powerlifting Youth and Raw Nationals. Moving right along on squats, coming up on platform 1, we have Ashlyn Buckley taking 140 kilograms for a ride. Once that pops up, we'll see. And on platform 2, looks like Whitney Huselkamp is looking to take her opener of 147.5 kilograms. We have action going on all 4 platforms today, but Tia and myself are responsible for giving you all the live action on platforms 1 and 2. Ooh, it looks like we have our first red squat of the day. What could be a cause for a failed squat?
Yeah, so that squat you saw was a 2-to-1 no lift. They need a majority decision good from the referees. There's 3 of them, 1 on each side and 1 in the center, the head referee. And the referees, every time they assign a no lift, they'll give it a color card, which tells the lifter basically what they did wrong, so they can hopefully do it correct the next time. That red cards that we just saw there, those are going to be for depth. She did not go low enough. That hip crease did not get below the knee joint. And other than that, you'll see a lot of blue as a technical infraction, which is just if when they go to fight for the squat, if the squat kind of goes up and down a little bit, or if they don't quite lock out all the way at the top. And then yellow is, as we like to say, everything else.
Everything else. A nice little grab bag of what all could go wrong in a squat.
Yeah, the 2 biggest things that you're going to see yellow for, even though it is everything else, is either if they completely fail or if they miss the commands.
Yeah. And can you talk a little bit about the commands that we get on squat?
Yeah, on squat, it's just squat, and then they can squat. And then when they're done squatting, they should get a rack command, and they can put the bar back down. Usually, we are, as powerlifters, trained to not even rack the bar. We just kind of stand there until the spotters and loaders push you forwards into the rack. And that's just so that you kind of train yourself to do that so that you don't miss the command there. But what the what the squat command is they just need to make sure that you are fully stopped and in your position ready to go before you squat, and that you have it walked out and under control.
Absolutely. We just saw Caitlin Del Piano get 3 white lights for an immaculately performed lift for that opener squat of 160 kilograms, 352 pounds. One of Michigan's finest, I must say. I might be a little bit biased being from the mitten myself, but 41 lifters from the state represent. Anna Hayuara, 145 kilograms on the bar, a big squat opener that she makes easy work of. Christina Ryan on platform 2, 162.5 kilograms on the bar as well. Little bit slower for that one. What would you think about that in terms of an opener if you were her handler?
So some athletes do squat slow, so it might not be a cause for concern. However, some athletes will have fast warm-ups and go out there and get a little bit nervous, a little bit tight. Maybe didn't quite hold that brace as well as she does usually, so it kind of slows that opener down just a tad. I wouldn't panic too much. She got it. She got the good lift. It's right there. If it's slow, maybe don't take quite as huge of a jump as you otherwise could, but you can still take probably a good jump because it's probably just a little bit of a miscue.
Yeah, so in your mind, no cause for concern?
Nah.
Fantastic. So, folks, on platform 1, we are nearing the end of first attempts. Janine Bermudez taking 150 kilograms, looks to be successful. Then we're going back to the top of the order. Like my partner said, we're going in ascending order. So Crizel will start the second attempts at 130 kilograms or 286 pounds. We're working well our way through platform 2. Stephanie De La Cruz looking to take 167.5 kilograms on the bar right after Chelsea Eith takes 165 kilograms on the bar. Let's see it. Stephanie De La Cruz, 167.5, going down, coming up. Easy money for Stephanie. Taking that same weight is Colleen Donahue, 167.5 kilograms, 369 pounds. A really, really solid opener. I have a feeling these ladies might top 400 pounds for squat today. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even at the end of the flight, we have somebody opening with 172.5. That's just 10 kilos under that 182, which is that mark required to pass that 400 pounds with the kilo conversions. So, and these are just openers. They get 2 more attempts, so I don't think it should be a problem.
Yeah. And like you described, the opener is something that you hit in your sleep. So if we're seeing some pretty solid jumps from these lifters, we will see some big numbers fall. Absolutely. Danielle Jerez, 132.5 kilograms on the bar, 292 pounds for a little bit of a grinder for a second attempt.
Yeah, and this is my personal opinion, but since they split that 67.5 kilo women's class a couple years back into the 65 and the 70 kilo class, the competition was split in half, but those 2 weight classes are still, in my opinion, the most competitive classes in USA powerlifting, and you will see the results and effects of that across the platforms today.
Absolutely a slugfest. And one of the really cool things about how these platforms are set up is that we have lifters from weight classes on both of them. So we might not necessarily know what the standings are until we finish everything out for the day. Jessica Palaganas, taking a huge opener. 170 kilograms on the bar. This is massive, 374.
And you mentioned that we might not exactly know what the standings are as they're unfolding because lifters in the same weight class are on different platforms and also in different age divisions, causing them to be in different flights. You kind of have to pay attention across the whole platform to know the bigger, grander picture of things. And also, some platforms will get further ahead than others because of different flight sizes, or people scratch lifts or make lifts or miss them, or just, a little bit faster of a spotter litter team on one platform, or less strict on commands judging-wise.
Absolutely. There are a lot of different variables that can contribute to the speed of a meet. But one of the things that stays the same is the amount of time that lifters have to attempt their lifts. You have 60 seconds from when they call bar is loaded to walk out, to set up, and to get the squat command. What does that 60 seconds feel like, do you think? I mean, you can speak from personal experience, or...
I think that most lifters really aren't paying attention to the clock.
That's
They're
fair.
They're just waiting for bars loaded from the head referee, the hand motion from the TC over in the corner, letting them know that they can go, and they're waiting for that command. I'm really not thinking about the clock unless they get a re-rack command in which they're facing, oh no, do I have enough time left?
Yeah.
But when you're just unracking it once, you should be good to go, and they're really not thinking too much about that time. You do have 60 seconds to get the command, but you don't have to start your lift within that 60 seconds.
Sure.
So you can get the command, pause, take a second, and then squat. You don't have to finish within that minute or even start within that minute.
But you can imagine, the longer you're holding that weight on your back, the worse it's going to feel.
Oh, for sure. I'm not saying you should pause forever, but you can.
Absolutely. We're still in first attempts here on platform 2. Just a testament to how big these squats are and how big these flights are. We might only have 2 flights, but they are full and they are stacked to the brim with talented lifters.
Yeah, and this is our heaviest opener for this flight on platform 2.
172.5 kilograms on the bar. 380.
Yeah, and we had a no lift there, 2-1 on that depth.
Just a little high. I always say, if you think you went deep enough, you probably didn't. Well over halfway through second attempts on platform 1, Flight G. Flight G just means this is the 7th flight of lifters that we have had today. And then after this, we will have Flight H to round us out. A nice even number. I like those. Holly Warner, 147.5 kilograms, 325.
She missed that first attempt and she went up. That moves well. Let's see.
Yeah.
She missed the first one on depth. Did they like it that time? Yes, 2-1.
All right. We'll take it. And, sometimes depth isn't always the cause of concern. If the strength is there, you just got to make sure you sink it the next time.
Absolutely. And usually athletes will kind of take more of a 7.5 or a 10 on squat. So she's a little bit conservative taking that 5-kilo jump, especially as we move into these middle weight classes.
Looks like Ashley Huang did not have a successful second attempt, which is okay. She can definitely take some time and regroup for her third. Tiffany Ong, 147.5 kilograms on the bar, 325 pounds. A solid second here. Brianna Cano looks to get a successful second squat attempt here. 152.5 kilograms on the bar. Moving over to Anna Hagiwara, 155, 341 pounds. I really kind of wish y'all could hear just the excitement that's happening in the room today. Can you describe this vibe? What does it feel like to be back here?
I think that different nationals for USA Powerlifting can feel different. Comparing this to collegiates, it seems tame, but comparing this to any local meet that you go to, it feels huge.
Yeah.
You go out there, there's spotlights, they got the announcers hugely and loudly mic'd up on the platform, and you might not necessarily be used to that. So I think being here, it feels exciting even for the lowest qualifying lifter.
Sure. One of the really awesome things that USAPL does, that I've seen, is really make every lifter feel like this is their moment. This is their platform, especially on one of the biggest platforms that they'll see potentially this year.
Yeah, and they expanded Raw Nationals this year to get more people in, so more people could have that national experience. And also just because it was such a dogfight to even get into nationals, and it still is. I mean, they reached their lifter cap in registration, and then they got rid of prime time to fit more people and said we could have a full session instead of a one platform session, and then they reached that lifter cap again, and it was full.
Everybody wants to be a part of the USAPL party. Okay, looks like Farah Abhunataj fails 2 squats. This is not the spot you want to be so early on. So, folks, you need to have a qualifying total or a mark of some sort in at least one of your attempts to be able to continue on and not be disqualified. So we're kind of onto the survival squat for Farah, trying to see if she can really dig deep, sink her lift, wait for those commands, and make sure that she can live to fight another day.
Yeah, and so there's 2 things in powerlifting that can invalidate you from receiving a medal at the end of the day, and one of them is simply if you miss every attempt of a certain lift. That's called bombing out. The other thing that can invalidate you from receiving a medal at the end of the day is if you are a guest lifter. You would only be a guest lifter if you missed weight And impressively enough, every single person on platforms 1 and 2 in this session made weight. So we don't have any guest lifters over here. So everybody is competing for those titles at the end of the day right off the bat. And we know, like we mentioned, there's a lot of people in these weight classes. They're lifting big weights, and the totals will be close at the end of the day. So it's going to be a dogfight.
Yep, every kilogram counts. We are on third attempts for squat on platform 1. We see Crizel taking 135. Judges say that is no lift. Looks to be on depth. Well on through second attempts on platform 2, we have Morgan Rebernick taking 157.5 kilograms on the bar, 347 pounds for a solid second attempt. Little sticky coming out of the hole, but was able to complete it. Let's see what the judges say. That's a good lift. Returning to the platform for her third, 140 kilograms, Paige White. On platform 2, Zoe Justinger. Zoe.
Whew, that was a fight in the middle.
Absolutely. Paige left no doubt there. 3 white lights on that epic grind of a squat. Zoe looking to keep that energy high here. Layla gonna take 142.5 kilograms on the bar. Solid third. Zoe looks to make easy work of that second. We'll see what the judges have to say about that. 3 white lights for Zoe. Y'all see it pop it up here in a second.
Or not.
Yeah, we'll see it eventually. But it was a good lift. $142.5 on the bar for Layla's third. Christina Ryan taking 162.5, her opener again. Let's see her get this. A smile for Layla. Let's see what the judges say.
And that was a fabulous squat. She gets 3 white lights.
Yep,
Skips off the platform.
Good lift. Unfortunately, Christina did not complete her second, so she is also in a survival squat situation. What might be going through a lifter's head if they failed 2 attempts?
Swear words.
Yeah, to say the very least.
Yeah, I think that they're also thinking, why?
Yeah.
What did I do wrong? What am I not doing right? How do I fix this and make this and keep a total potentially on the table in this meet? I think that they are praying, honestly.
Yeah. Really hoping for a miracle, excuse me. It's been a long day. Coming up next to the platform, the next few lifters on platform 2 are taking 172.5 kilograms on the bar, equaling out what Caitlin Del Piano looks to have had a successful lift, or that could have been a previous attempt. Technology is working for us right now. Okay, Caitlin is coming to the platform right now looking to take this attempt. Previous lifter hit it successfully. Let's see how she does. It's going to be neck and neck. We've talked about a dogfight all day. It looks like session 3 will be no different. Easy money for Caitlin. Easy money. Put some weight on there. Just a little bit. Charlesy coming up looking to hit that same weight and have the same success, while Ashlyn grinds but unfortunately cannot stand it up. Third attempts will do that to you, folks. They test you, make you really dig deep, leave everything you have on the platform. Looking to take her third attempt on platform 1, we have Holly Warner. 155 kilograms on the bar, 341 pounds for her third. Looking cool, calm, and collected. Making a solid adjustment here. Chelsea, easy squat. Let's see what the judges have to say about that. A good lift for her. Spotters and loaders moving right along. Honestly, there is nothing that sounds better to me than the sound of plates clinking against each other. But that just might just mean I've been in the gym for too long, too.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like a ASMR when the plates hit each other.
Brianna, whoa, excuse me. Holly took her 155, was unsuccessful. Moving on, we have Brianna in the pink A7 kit, the hot pink, just released. Gonna take 157.5 for a ride for her third.
Yeah, and you talk about the plates clicking together. Colleen's got the 3 big reds on for her 175 on 2. Those are kind of big benchmarks for powerlifters to hit when you
Absolutely.
get to add a whole nother plate.
Yeah.
Makes for a pretty picture, too.
Oh, 100%. Especially the USA powerlifting, branded plates, the beautiful combo rack from Texas Strength Systems, A7 kits all over the place. It's just picture perfect moments. Looks like that lift will be unsuccessful for Brianna, and that is okay. That is all right. She'll take a deep breath and be on to bench. Alexis Murray looking to take 177.5. It's 390 pounds and some change. 391 on platform 2. Janine Bermudez looking to take her 160 attempt again to solidify. You're shaking your head, Tia. What did you see?
That's probably going to get called high on platform 2.
Judges gave it a 3 fat white lights.
Well,
Yeah.
a girl can disagree.
Sometimes what we see on the monitor is not what the referees see in front of us, and that is okay. That's why we're back here giving our opinions and not giving actual rulings on lifts.
Yeah, we'll save that for next time I referee.
Absolutely. Heather Grinkley going up 5 kilograms despite missing her opener. The strength is there. Will the depth be? Okay. Looks to be a lot more solid in that arena. Let's see what the judges say.
No.
They do not agree. Okay.
She has a very strong forward lean. When you lean forward, it naturally brings your butt up, and when your butt comes up, so does your hip crease.
Right.
So when she's dipping down to the bottom, she kind of has her chest hit her knees. It can make it harder to hit depth, actually.
Yeah. Talk about short torso, long femur problems. Jessica Palaganas, 180 kilograms on the bar, 396 for a second. Smoked. What do the judges say for her? 3 white lights.
Extremely favorable squat build.
Absolutely. That looks fantastic. On platform 1, we are moving into flight H, opening with our 75 kilo men, Emilio Valle, looking to take 182.5 kilograms on the bar, 402 pounds. We have passed the marker.
Worth noting, Heather Grinkley's squat did get overturned by the jury to be a good lift. So she had initially put in to retake that 177.5 that had initially been marked as a no lift. When your lift is overturned by the jury, they give you another minute to decide what to do in terms of, do I just take 2.5 more, or do I want to submit an actual attempt?
So what do lifters have to look for when taking a lift to the jury?
Anything. You can go to the jury on whatever lift you want.
Yeah.
You can go to the jury on a good lift if you want.
Okay.
It'd be silly, but you can. You
Yeah.
can also go to the jury on somebody else's good lift.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
But what really mostly you're going to be looking for is mostly your own lifts, and you also mostly are going to be looking for any sort of indecision between the judges. Was it 2-1? Was it 3 red lights, but you got different color cards from different referees?
Sure.
So any sort of disagreement between the referees indicates that, okay, maybe we'll get a second opinion on it.
Yeah, okay. Tiffany Ong going up for her 3rd attempt. Again, despite having failed her second attempt. Not always a negative thing. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it just went up just a tiny 2.5.
She stands up with it, gets the rack command. What do the judges say? Good lift. All we need is 2 white lights.
And she might have just went up because sometimes powerlifters can get in their head about
Yeah.
a certain number.
Yeah.
So she already had an opener, not super concerned about bombing out or not bombing out. Unlike Farah, who needs this last lift here. We'll resume that conversation after this, but we should always turn our attention to the lifter who needs our support the most.
Absolutely. 152.5 here. Farah needs this squat to continue on. Sunk down. She stands up. What do the judges say? Phew. All right, she lives to lift another day. 3 white lights. Undeniable approval from all 3 judges. That is what we want to see.
Absolutely, and well done to go out there and just, like you said, absolutely sink it when you're in a pressure situation like that and then make it smooth on the way up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that, so back to what we were talking about before, the going up when you miss it kind of thing. When you go up just to 2.5 when you miss it, especially on squat. On bench, that's like a normal jump is 2.5 because bench is hard. And but on squat, you're not usually going to jump 2.5. So when you jump 2.5 on squat after you miss an attempt, it might just be to avoid doing the same number again because certain powerlifters will get in their head about certain numbers. I, for example, will not bench 95. I will jump around it so that I do not bench 95. Missed it one too many times in a competition.
Yeah.
Never again.
That's smart. All right, Christina Ryan also looking for her survival squat here. Same weight that she's been going for the opener. First call for depth. Second one for a command. Let's see her get this. Come on. Okay. Down and up. What do the judges say? Good lift. Good lift for Christina. That's definitely got to be a sigh of relief.
For sure.
Continuing on, we've got the same weight going to be hit here quite a bit. Morgan Reberank, Sarah Eshelman, both looking to attempt 162.5 kilograms on the bar. And on platform 1, we're part of the way through our openers. James Russo looking to take 212 kilograms on the bar. That is 468 pounds as an opener. A massive opener for this 75 kilo lifter. Morgan, 3 white lights. Excuse me. Yeah, 3 white lights for Morgan. Coming up next, Sarah Eshelman. Can she continue the success at this weight? We will see. Silo Rangel looking to take 215, 2.5 kilo jump from the previous attempt, 474 pounds on the bar.
Gets the fist bumps from the spotters, hyping him up for that opener.
Got to make sure they connect, show some respect before we take this squat.
The excellent work for that third attempt there for Sarah.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we want to see. Silo looking to take his first. Looks easy for him. 3 white lights for Silo. Jalen Douglas also looking to take 215 kilograms on the bar. 215 kilograms is 474 pounds. Zoe Justinger looking to take 165 kilograms on the bar. 363, down, a little bit of a grind, and she stands back up with it. The lift is good for Zoe. Halfway through third attempts for Flight G, Platform 2. Halfway through first attempts on Platform 1. James MacArthur, 217.5 kilograms coming up for the next three lifters. We have James, Kurt, and Aaron all looking to take those for their opener. Colleen Donahue on Platform 2 will be looking to take 175 kilograms for her third attempt, 385 pounds after failing on her second.
You see her shift back and forth before she picks up the bar. She's just making sure that that bar is fully settled onto those muscles behind the shoulder. There's a little bit of a shelf there that the bar can kind of sit on, making sure it's stable so that she can hold it in place while she fights through a squat like that. That was good.
Absolutely. Solid squat. The judges agree. They give her 2 white lights. Call for depth in the front, but all we need is 2, so that's what we'll take.
Yeah, you don't see that too terribly much, getting 1 depth card and it being from the front judge.
Right,
But
right. But hey, we'll take it. Kurt Gonzaga, a junior in the 75 kilo class, ready to show the big dogs how it's done. And Charlesy taking 391 pounds for her third. Kurt gets 3 white lights on his opening squat. Charlesy just dropped to the bottom, really tried to sink that, but it looked like she might have lost some tension in the hole there. What do you think?
yeah, I think she hit probably where she would normally stop on her squat, and she kind of butt winked it at the bottom, and when she
Yeah.
did that, she got herself stuck.
Yeah. Stephanie De La Cruz looking to take 180 kilograms. Our next 3 athletes looking to take this on Platform 2. Stephanie, Kate, and Heather all looking to take 180 kilograms for their third squat attempts. How do you think 3 athletes taking the same final attempt will set them up for the rest of the competition?
I think what it does is it puts more pressure on them.
Yeah.
They all want to make it, and I think that it will ultimately separate them based on, obviously, if they miss or make it, but we kind of had in the 60 kilo class earlier, the real difference in the end result was actually made on bench.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these lifters are going to squat and deadlift pretty similarly, and as you're seeing with their attempt selections, so the real difference is bench is the tiebreaker.
Oh, wow. Looks like both Stephanie and Kate are going to succumb to 180 kilograms on the bar. Let's see if Heather can pull it out and be successful. It's really one of those things when you see those weights set up, you kind of have to ask yourself, what are we looking at here? Which lifter is going to be successful? Which lifter might not necessarily have what it takes to really close it out and set themselves apart? Heather Grinkley looking to make a statement on the trio of lifters attempting this weight right now. Down and up, looked convincing. We'll have to see what the judges have to say about that. Give her 2 white lights, she's successful.
Yeah, and you'll remember that she had that lift that was overturned by the jury, so they weren't quite convinced on it, so I think that's why they just took that 2.5 kilo jump, but you saw she was more than capable of that.
Oh, absolutely.
So
the strength was there. Just wanted to make sure that she's really solidly got that squat.
yeah, worth celebrating that victory, but also worth noting that she might be a little bit flustered that she ended up having to take that attempt because of that misstep, I guess, from the platform referees or disagreeing with the juries, because if she had been given a proper correct ruling initially, they might have given her, she might have had more time to think through and go 82 maybe at that 400-pound mark, or even maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Absolutely fair. Alexis Murray fighting 182.5 kilograms, just can't get it up. Zain Hassan over on platform 1 taking 225 kilograms for a ride 496 pounds. Judges say that is a good lift for Mr. Hassan. Jessica Palaganas, gonna take 185 kilograms, 407. First woman of the day, the only woman of the day to attempt this weight. Let's see if she'll get it. This could be huge in this weight class. Oh, not quite there. Not quite. Excellent fight, though. We are on to flight H on platform 2.
Yeah,
well, go ahead.
Special attention to this flight H lifters, because a lot of the lifters in this flight are teen 2 lifters, 16 and 17-year-olds. So that makes every weight they do and move that much more impressive, just because they're likely kind of just getting started with their careers and they have so much time to develop and grow and get stronger.
Which, in a word, Tia, is terrifying. What does that mean for the future? The pool is getting wider, it's getting stronger, competition is getting fiercer. We're all going to have to level up our game with these teens coming in. I kind of love to see it, though.
Yeah, and we saw the youth lifters this morning, I believe, and that's even scarier than some of these teen lifters. But I think what that really means is that collegiate nationals should be scared in a couple years.
Yeah, absolutely.
These teen lifters are going to ring it up at high school nationals. They're going to have a couple national meets under their belt, get real confident before they move into that collegiate powerlifting scene, hopefully someday. And then they'll look to take medals here and continue to take medals. Because once you win a medal, you don't want to go to a national meet and not win a medal. So it just gets you that much more motivation to keep training and getting better.
No one is safe. No one is safe. Tyson Turner, Miles Carter are the lifters that you did see. We now see Aiden Johnson coming up to the platform, 150 kilograms on the bar for his opener, 330 pounds here.
And sometimes you wish you had the whole story back here, but you guys can see on the LiftingCast that looks like Jaden Lee got his 120 opener on squat, scratched his next 2 attempts, and he's opening with 125 on bench. So he's opening on bench with more than he squatted.
Wow, okay.
But I'm going to guess that's more of an injury
Could
type
be.
deal. He does have a legit deadlift programmed up, but 170, that's a good amount of weight there, especially for a teen 2 lifter. So it might just be an issue affecting the squat specifically, but 125 on bench is also amazing. So he clearly still has a lot of ability to lift well, and we'll hope to see him more throughout the day, even though he scratched his second and third squats.
Absolutely, absolutely. Emilio Valle looking to take his second attempt, 200 kilograms, 441 pounds on the bar. Josh Wilson successfully lifts his opener, 165 kilograms, 363 pounds.
Although totally 110% crooked the entire squat.
And that sometimes is all right. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be good.
There's no points for pretty.
Sean Davenport Jr. was told to replace the bar. What might be a reason he was told to replace the bar?
It could have just been when he unracked it, if either spotters, loaders, referees weren't ready, perhaps. That could be one reason. Or if he was in the incorrect starting position, they'll call him back in and tell him that so he can start from something good. That's a little bit of a fight for an opener, and that'll probably be, you saw that step there after the rack command. That'll be a no lift. And that'll be for foot movement. You saw the one referee does give a white light for that. And in my opinion, I think the step might have come after the rack command. So then it becomes a question of whether he's kind of dropping the bar or whether he just stepped backwards. Because you can step backwards after the rack command. So it's an interpretation of when it is or isn't. But it didn't look like a controlled step back, so that's why he's going to get the no lift there.
Sure. That makes a ton of sense. Folks, Tia Badger is the source for all of our technical questions. An avid lifter, referee, been around all types, all roles. But what would you say is your favorite thing to do when it comes to a powerlifting meet? Where do you shine the most?
So, as much as I love the assistive roles, selfishly, I like being on the platform.
Of course.
But honestly, if I'm not on the platform, my favorite thing I've ever done is handle lifters, because you get to focus on who you're working with and see them shine up close in front and be that first person who gets maybe that excited hug or that happy high five as they come off the platform. And I think that's just incredibly emotionally satisfying.
Yeah, and speaking from the other side of that, you as my well, not you obviously, but you as my coach, on a successful lift, on a fail, you are the first person I look for. So for you to be there and share in that moment, in that success, has got to mean so much for both you and the lifter you're handling. We are moving right along. Ari Firestone coming up on platform 1, adjusting his belt on the platform, getting it set, getting it ready to go for this Team 2 lifter. Jason over on platform 1 is looking to take 210, 463 pounds on the bar for his second attempt from this junior lifter. Young guns ain't coming to play today. Putting everybody on notice. They are here, lifting, ready to go. And 3 white lights on platform 2 for Mr. Firestone. Looks like a textbook second attempt from Jason. Miles Milton on platform 2, 185 kilograms on the bar. That's 407. Arston Marquise, 222.5 kilograms on the bar, a 12.5 kilogram jump going up to 490 pounds. Down and up for Miles. Pretty convincing. Let's see what the judges say.
Yeah, that was snappy fast.
Yeah, that was great. Absolutely great. Austin Marquise, 2 big stomps, getting set in to get ready for this squat. Oh yeah, he did that. Judges say that is a good lift. Sebastian Pena looking to take his opener, 192.5 kilograms, 424 pounds. Massive opener here. Not too massive though, because he made that look super easy. James Russo looking to take his second, 225 kilograms on the bar. That's 496 pounds.
Yeah, and you see that with that 225 on the bar, you got the double spots on the sides coming into play. 2 things that's helpful with. 3 things. 1, it's easier to trust 4 people to catch your weight than 2.
Absolutely.
2, it's easier for the spotters.
Yeah.
3, if you have more spotters in there, you're less likely to get a depth call.
You know what? Because the legs are in there making things a little bit difficult to see. I like that. Sneaky.
Absolutely. If the spotters and loaders have priority on the bar, actually, they might get in the way a little bit, unintentionally, of course, but if the referee can't clearly see a depth infraction, maybe because somebody's standing in their way or somebody leaned in their way or whatever, then they have to give the lifter the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
It specifically says in the rulebook that the judges are to err to the side of the lifter.
I like the sound of that, and I'm sure they do too. Our next several lifters on platform 1, James, Silo, Kurt, and Aaron are taking 227.5 kilograms on the bar. 3 white lights for James. On platform 2, Amani just took 195, got that successfully. Jordan, 3 white lights on his 215 kilo, 474 pound squat. Silo Rango dapping up the spotters and loaders, putting his trust in them on this big squat. We are over 500 pounds, which means we need 5 spotters. Do we need them? No, but it is best practice. So we're going to make sure that we have all hands on deck for these massive weights about to fall. And on platform 2, we have 230 kilograms, 507 pounds for an opener from Joran Valdez. Just kind of got stuck for Silo coming out. Hopefully he can regroup and take that attempt again.
Yeah, he had good pace on the bar. It just kind of all of a sudden stopped.
Yeah. Jace Tillman looking to squat 260 kilograms for his opener, 573 pounds. Unbelievable. Biggest squat opener of the day for platform 2, and it is successful. Kurt Gonzaga getting his little stomps on, getting ready to take 227 here.
Yeah, and we have 3 athletes, not quite back-to-back. We have 3 of the next 4 athletes on platform 2 who missed their openers, who are going to try and all 3 of them... Sorry. Aiden has elected to go up 10 kilos, but the other 2 elected to stay, take the safe decision. So missing your opener and then going up 10 kilos is a little bit concerning. We saw he had the 2 yellows. I believe this is the individual who stepped after that rack command, but it was an uncontrolled step. So he didn't have an issue squatting the weight. He didn't have an issue getting it to depth. He's just got to be a little bit more patient at the top once he finishes it.
Patience is one of the best virtues you can have as a powerlifter. In training, on the platform, patience is the name of the game, and it pays off for Aiden. 3 white lights. Miles Carter coming up to the platform next, 162.5 kilograms on the bar for him. 358 on the bar. Aaron Dominia, 227.5 kilograms, does so successfully. Really making a statement here. We're going to jump up just a bit on platform 1, about 5 kilograms. Nathan Cruzado going to take 232.5 kilograms on the bar, and so will Jalen Douglas. On platform 2, Sean Davenport Jr., don't forget it, will have 167.5 kilograms on the bar, 369 pounds. A solid second, too, for this lifter. Penny, for your thoughts, Thea. What's going on in there?
I was just noticing that on platform 2, that head referee that just stood up there, I believe that's Natalie Askin, who, by the way, is a nominee for Referee of the Year.
She absolutely is.
So I was just noticing that, but right now we got to focus on Sean. Sean needs the 167.5.
He looks to get it from here. Let's see what the judges say. Good lift on both platforms 1 and 2.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not sure what happened on his first lift before that because that was beautiful.
Yeah, it was textbook the squat that we want to see. Nick gonna take his opener again, 170 kilograms on the bar. Was initially called for depth, hips not below the knee level. So hopefully he'll take this again, sink it convincingly, so that the judges will have no choice but to give him white lights. Jalen Douglas looking to take, going on up, 232.5 kilograms, 512 on the bar. They're just casually taking my max deadlift for a second squat. It's no big deal. Oh, and he does not have it. Nick stands down and up. Depth looked to be a little questionable to me. What do you think, Tia?
I wasn't necessarily looking so much at the depth. I was looking at that shift in the middle. At
Yeah.
that right judge there, I
Yeah.
think, was looking at the same thing as me. Got a little crooked kind of with the pause there. Sometimes when you pause, there's a little wobble with the bar.
Yeah.
But you were also right because that center judge called the depth there.
Yep.
So a couple different things with that. Like we said earlier, when you get different color cards, especially on a 2-to-1 and getting 2 different color cards, might be worth asking the jury. But
Yeah. Joshua Wilson, 175 kilograms on the bar that he takes. Another significant shift in this squat positioning.
Yeah.
3 wide lights though, so it seems to work out for him just well. Lyle Dolajan, 235 on the bar, successfully takes that as well. Arman Samsam gonna take this same weight, and Zine Hassan gonna take that same weight as well. And on platform 2, Eli Landis, 182.5 kilograms, looking to be done and dusted.
pressure for Armand. See, he uses that false grip. His thumbs are over the bar instead of under the bar. That's legal, but it can cause the bar to slide sometimes a little bit down your back, which can sometimes cause issue. And if the bar is sliding, you're more likely to cut depth per se, but he didn't do it there. He made that lift nice and good, 3 white lights.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. It's always interesting to see how lifters will get set and prepare to take their lifts. You know, it's not one size fits all. Ideally, of course, you have, some things that will work better than others, but it's just really interesting to see what lifters come up with to get that weight to move. Zine Hassan, 235. Previous 2 lifters have gotten it. Will he? Ari Firestone, 195, looks to be moving pretty easily.
Yeah, big 15-kilo jump there, but that's about what you want your second attempts to look like. And there's small fight in the middle, so not an opener, a little bit, kind of slow there, but that's what you want it to look like. The technique didn't break down at all. You had a good, mostly fast bar path with a little sticking point in the middle, so he's definitely still got room to take a nice jump for the third, but also didn't use too much energy on his second.
Yeah, absolutely. Miles Hilton, 205 on the bar, 452. Down and gets stuck. Caught and saved by our spotters and loaders. Tyson Turner going to take his opener again. 534 on the bar. 242.5 kilograms. All right, Tyson. Let's see what the judges say. Good lift for Tyson. That's exactly what we want.
Yeah, you saw him kind of shake his head when he put the bar down and kind of clap a little on the way out. I think that was more frustration than anything with himself. Maybe that he didn't do that the first time.
Yeah. It's got to feel good to get back on track as well. Going into our third attempts for squat on platform 1, flight H. After squat is completed and we set the platform up for bench press, we'll take a 10-minute break and then move on to bench. Then we'll focus on platform 1 as they move through their seconds and thirds. But if I'm looking at this right, platform 2 might actually catch up. We'll see.
Yeah, I think on platform 1, that first flight's a little bit shorter, and on platform 2, the second flight's a little bit shorter. Platform 1 will probably finish first at the end of the day because probably not so likely to have more scratches on platform 2, which is helping us catch up a little bit, but they won't get too far ahead or behind of each other, making good pace.
Absolutely. Jordan Abdon going to take 225 kilograms for his opener. Emilio Valle looking to take 205 for his third attempt. And he knows, he calls it off. Spotters and loaders grab him. He's going to take a deep breath before he moves on to bench press. 225 on the bar for Jordan. He fights it through. Beautiful lift. 3 white lights for Jordan. Brendan Pham, 210 on the bar for him. 210 kilograms. 463 pounds. Jordan Valdez, 240 kilograms on the bar. 529 pounds. A massive, massive squat for a second attempt. 10-kilogram jump, so not too aggressive, but a solid jump to take. Joran making that squat look nice and easy. He's definitely got more there. Okay, 2 white lights, that's all we need. And Brendan just does not have it. That's all right, he'll move on to bench. Charles Perro gonna take 220, and then Jason Samarzia is gonna take 220 right after that. Jace Tillman, 275 kilograms on the bar for this junior 75-kilogram lifter. Little bit of a stick, but he stands up with it. And that is a good lift for Jace.
I'll be interested to see what he takes for his third. He took a 15-kilo jump that time. I don't think he'll match that just based on the lean in the middle of that squat. I don't know that the technique will uphold again for another 15, but it had decent pace and it was pretty consistent, so still room for a little bit more, just maybe not quite 15.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe 5.
Yeah, or 7.5 would be all right.
That was going to be my other one. Split the difference, just nice and easy. 220 getting loaded up for Charles Perro. He stands up with it. What did the judges say? Miles also, that third attempt looked more like a second to me. 3 white lights and a good lift on platform 2 as well. Moving right along in the thirds on both platforms. Jason Samarzia, 220 on the bar. Aiden Johnson, 170.
Yeah, this is his, looking at his stats online, this is his second powerlifting meet for the USAPL. His first one was the Arkansas State Championships in February, and his PR at that competition for a squat was 152.5. He's doing 170 right now.
Unbelievable work. Just to even have that loaded up from then until now is an incredible accomplishment.
Yeah, and that 160 that he did get and will be recorded with and added to his total was still a 7.5 kilo PR. So.
Absolutely, and he nailed that really, really solidly. Silo Rangel, 227 on the bar, 227.5 on the bar, 501, gonna take that again. Nick Patane, survival squat here, 170 kilograms on the bar. He needs this to continue. Let's hope he locks in and gets it done.
Yeah, more than capable of this. In the end of March, he hit a 182.5, so.
Okay, yeah. The strength is there. Let's see.
That was a much cleaner bar path, so that blue light will be gone this time. Let's see what they say.
Good lift. All right, and got called for depth from the front judge. Side just says it was okay. All we need is 2.
Yeah, and he is in the meet.
He lives to lift another day. Silo cannot take down 227.5 kilograms on squat, but that is okay. Solid 215 has a mark on the board. James Russo looking to take 230 on platform 1. Sean Davenport Jr., don't forget that Jr., on platform 2, is taking 177.5 kilograms on the bar, 391 pounds. And it looks like it was unsuccessful. Josh Wilson, 182.5 kilograms, 402 pounds. James Russo, 507 on the bar, 230 kilograms. Fantastic junior lifter. With a smile and a yell, continues to show why he's a fantastic lifter. Judges say that is a good lift for James. Josh Wilson got caught in the bottom. We love our spotters and loaders for it. Good fight, just not quite there. We're moving right along, folks, about midway through thirds on both platforms, which is a pretty solid spot to be if you ask me. James MacArthur, Jalen Douglas, Austin Marquis, all looking to take 512 pounds for their third attempts. James stands up with it. He looks to be successful. What do the judges say? Good lift. 3 white light for James. Eli Landis just can't get it done, and that is okay. It's a lot of weight.
Yeah, I don't think he was getting out of it, but I do think that maybe we're verging on a little bit of an early jump there from the spotters.
Yeah, maybe. Sometimes, if they hear from the judge to grab it as well, that could be a reason. But I'm not out there, so I wouldn't know. Jalen Douglas, slow stride up to the platform for his third attempt. Let's see. Good lift for Jalen. All right, Ari doesn't have it in him to get up out of that hole, which is okay. Looks like third attempts are systematically taking out our platform 2 lifters one by one in flight H.
Yeah, contrast, I think we have some lifter-friendly referees on platform 1. We're seeing a lot of success here, especially on some lifts that are making me tilt my head a little bit. But I always love to see it. Love to see people making their third attempts. So hopefully platform 2 can kind of look over and say, hey, wait, let me do that too.
Oh, yeah.
And again, on platform 2, we do have those teen lifters that are a majority of that flight. We got a couple juniors. Actually, our top-seeded junior right now is on platform 2 right at the end of that flight. But they're younger. It's a little bit harder. Don't have quite the experience in making maybe all of their lift perfections. They're probably more of their first national meets kind of for a lot of them. So it'll be a lot more nervous, a lot less natural for some of them to go out there and go lift after lift and just do everything perfectly correct.
Absolutely. A lot of the times, too, especially at that first nationals, you're really getting your sea legs. It's your first time, maybe, outside of a local meet, folks that you see in the gym, maybe, that you train with. This is a huge meet. 4 platforms, all the bells and whistles. It can be a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, and so the advantage that they do have is to qualify for Raw Nationals, you have to get a qualifying total, but it's not just from any meet. You have to get a qualifying total at a state or higher level meet. So they have been to a state championships or regional championships. If they've been to a regional championships, they had to get a qualifying total for that. So maybe they've done 2, but so they have been to at least one nicer, hopefully, meet.
Hopefully is that operative word.
But all the different state organizations for USA Powerlifting, in my opinion, all of them that I've worked with have done a great job of, one, putting their own little artistic and regional cultural flair on it, but to upholding the national standard
Yeah.
and helping set a realistic expectation of maybe not quite as bright of a spotlight as it's going to be at nationals, but what the platform's going to look like, what you're going to see from the referees, what you're going to get from the TC.
Yeah. Lot of good insights coming over here from Tia Badger, our resident referee, commentator, lifter extraordinaire. What can't she do?
Math.
You know, we've all got to have an Achilles heel somewhere. Zain Hassan taking 235 again. You know, to me, and you know, I've spent my time on a powerlifting platform. He bailed a little early, just a little. But I also think too, if you get down there and you know it's not there, might be best to call it instead of just grinding it out.
Yeah, I wonder if he bailed a little bit early. Not bailed necessarily, but kind of quit out of that squat. Because I think he knew that maybe was on the verge of probably not getting depth anyway.
Sure,
So
yeah.
if you don't think you're going to get it, why fight through it?
Right, exactly. Yep.
Like for me personally, if I went out there to deadlift and I clearly had an obvious up or down or a hitch, I'd give up on the deadlift.
Yeah.
I'm not finishing the pull just to tire myself out. Same thing would go for a squat or a bench. The struggle with those is sometimes you don't always know.
Right.
Because that's more of an interpretation than
Right.
like you can feel it, you can think about it. Because you can't really think while you squat or you bench.
Right. Thinking has left the chat when we step onto the platform. Aaron Dominia, what a fight. What did the judges say? Good lift for Aaron. Jordan got a replace command. His knees were not locked out. Still has time.
You kind of got to hurry though because it's only
Not much though. Yep. Gets the squat command in the nick of time. And he fights, and he rises. What do the judges say for Mr. Valdez? That is no good.
Oh, that is a brutal blue card there.
Oh, man.
There was a fight and a definite shake in the middle, but just because there's a fight, I don't think that's a reason to necessarily toss that blue card. We have that same front angle as that front judge, and I might disagree with that one.
You know, I might have to agree with you. But hey, I have not taken a referee exam. I just know what lifts look like. Our last squat on platform 2, Jace Tillman, 282.5 kilograms, 622 pounds on the bar for Jace. He's fighting! He fights and he stands with that squat. A massive squat for Jace Tillman. What do the judges say? No good. Oh my goodness. Highway robbery. I don't actually know if that's true. We got some good feedback from the judges. Lyle is not successful on that lift. Good fight, just doesn't quite have it. You'll see on platform 2, we're getting set and ready for bench press. Once that bar is loaded and set, we will start the 10-minute timer. We've been very fortunate that both of our platforms are running pretty well concurrently to one another. Having a good old time.
Yeah, we just got 2 lefts here on platform 1 as well, so it looks like we might get a little bit of a coordinated break back here.
And I'm here for that.
247 for Tyson. 5 kilos over what his opener was supposed to be, so
He should get this. Hopefully he sinks it, leaves no doubt. Oh. Okay, spotters and loaders, they catch us, we love them. Last squat of the day, Arman Samsam, 250 kilograms on the bar. A massive 551 for this lifter.
yeah, and he has done a 255, but that was when he was competing as an 82.5. So he's dropped a weight class since then, so this would be a comp PR for this weight class. This 250 might be a little bit of a problem number for him. Just in February, he failed it twice.
Well, let's see if third time is the charm for Mr. Samsam. He fights and stands with it. Let's see if the depth, if he was deep enough. Judges say no, lift a little too high.
Yeah, both of those side judges right there. I was wondering if maybe we were going to get that.
Yep, and we did, and that is okay. We are getting set up and ready for bench press. We will see you back here when the break is finished.
In about 9 minutes.
are back again, getting ready for bench press on platforms 1 and 2. We are counting down about 30 seconds left for platform 2 and about 2.5 minutes for platform 1. I am so pumped to get in bench press, Tia. So pumped.
Absolutely. Bench press is something that a lot of lifters have either a love relationship with or a love-hate relationship with.
Right. Absolutely.
And it really becomes a tactical thing in terms of attempt selection. How risky do you want to go? How big do you want to get?
Right.
And how much can you do on the bar on that given day?
Yeah, honestly, it really is any given day. For us, it's any given Friday. Coming up first to the platform, we have Sarah Eshelman. She is ready to go. 77.5 kilograms on the bar for, that is about 170 pounds. Getting set here. A little bit uneven on the descent, but she presses it evenly. What do the judges say? That's a good lift for Sarah Eshelman. Coming up next to the platform, we have Stephanie De La Cruz. After Stephanie, we have Morgan, Kate Del Piano, Tiffany Ong, Farah in that order. We've got a lot of massive bench presses in this flight that I cannot wait to see knocked down, especially because, honestly, I'm not even going to lie to you, Tia, some of these openers might be bigger than my comp max on bench. Not even going to hold you. Not even going to hold you. These are huge benches today. Looks like the bar is loaded for Stephanie, but Stephanie is nowhere to be found. Time is counting down. She might time out on platform 2.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that's not super intentional.
Yeah, part of me is wondering, because she failed her last squat at 180, if something is just not feeling right in that back. She doesn't want to take a chance at that 80 kilograms yet. But Morgan Rebernick will. And after Morgan, we have Kate Del Piano, Tiffany Ong, and Farah looking to take their next jumps respectively. On platform 1, we're getting ready to bring Brianna Kano in, 60 kilograms on the bar for 176 pounds.
Yeah, and you see they're making her wait there the full 40 seconds or whatever until that 10-minute clock runs out before she's allowed to go. She'll get another minute after that break time runs out, but that's kind of one of the most painful times to stand there as a lifter because you want to go and you have
absolutely,
and you have nothing to watch. You don't have the person in front of you to watch. You just have to stare awkwardly at the referee for about a minute and a half until they tell you, okay, you can go now.
Yep, and they have to be right on the dot every time or else the world's gonna fall. Just being a little facetious here in this late night session. Kate gonna take 87.5 kilograms on the bar. One of Michigan's finest. I might be a little biased, and that's all right. This opener here, solid 192 pounds, 87.5 kilograms, down and up, easy peasy. Janine Bermudez on platform 1 also makes short work of her opener. Tiffany's gonna take this same weight here. So let's talk about bench. One of the most technical lifts that we have as powerlifters. What are we keeping in mind when it comes to getting locked in and getting ready to go and make that press?
I think, like you mentioned, bench is more technical than the others. So you have to make sure that you set yourself up exactly correct. There's no room for error on a bench. If you get set up with a little bit lower of an arch, that makes your range of motion just that much longer. If you get set up a little bit further on the bench, you might slide a little bit more than you're used to. If you have to hold that position long enough and it's a position you're unfamiliar with, just with a longer pause, that can be super detrimental. So I think that when you're getting ready for bench, you really have to just make sure you're following your routine. You want to have the same setup. You see they walk out here, they're going to tell the lift-off guy exactly what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And that can, as I discussed in the last session, you're going to have different lift-offs based on how you bench. So if you bench super wide grip, big arch, low range of motion, you're gonna have the bar be guided out more. If you bench more flat back, closer grip, you're gonna have them pick it up for you.
Sure, absolutely. And I know every time I bench, I tell him, you need to put it in this spot when I say go, not a second before, not a second after, because any little bit of wonkiness is energy that I could be using towards my lift.
Yeah, so my thing is that when I go out there, I tell them as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Once you pick up the bar, I want you to leave.
Yeah, get out of the way.
Because I don't want to have to wait for them to get out of the way to get my start command.
100%.
Because the only thing worse than a long press command is a long start command.
Yeah. Just laying there, arms shaking like twigs, and there's nothing you can do about it. 3 white lights on platform 1 and another 3 white lights on platform 2. This is what I like to see, but this is also what I expect to see on some bench openers. Jessica Palaganas on platform 2, 209 for an opener. Crizel's gonna take 70 kilograms. That's 154 pounds for an opener. Down and up, nice and easy for her. Easy work, and gets a good lift from the judges. Alexis Murray also gonna take this same weight here. One of the things that we'll see, especially if you're on the LiftingCast and you can see all the openers, you'll see that the spread for attempts is pretty narrow. That means that really, up until the last deadlift, it's really anyone's game. And I think that makes for a really, really exciting session tonight. Alexis Murray, 95 kilos on the bar, down and up, nice and smooth.
Yeah, cute little 1.5 times body weight about opener.
Yeah, but the judges are not having it. 3 yellows. Thinking she might have missed a command?
Yes, I think that's probably the most likely thing, given that all 3 judges gave the yellow card. Because most likely, if it's going to be a foot or something, it's going to be the middle judge and the judge at the side that it's on. If it's like a lifting the butt thing, you're going to get the 2 side judges with the yellow card. So it's probably definitely a missed command. We can't hear the commands on the live stream, so we got to kind of like visually watch, but it's hard to watch both platforms at the same time. So we can kind of see the delay up in the screen on the back there. I honestly hate the screens in the back when I'm benching because you can see yourself on them when you're benching, but they're delayed. So you see yourself on a delay.
Which is like, did I just, what? Huh? Did I get it or what? I think that might freak me out just a little bit. Just a little bit. Ashlyn and Ashley can't get them confused. You really can't. One's blonde, one's brunette. Both taking massive benches though. 15 kilos off. 100 kilogram opener, 220 pounds. Massive bench from this junior. Both of them making easy work of those openers.
Yeah, similar technique in terms of position and grip with there.
Yeah.
But you saw that Ashley on the right had chosen to use a little bit more of a controlled descent. It does use a tiny bit more energy, but what it does is it allows you to hold your position a little bit tighter, a little bit better. You can control where you bring the bar to on your chest to be more precise every time, so you get it kind of closer to your rib cage instead of more further up on the chest towards your sternum. So you're going to, in my opinion, I think that's the stronger, more solid technique, is to control it a little bit more on the way down. But the other side wasn't super fast either. It was definitely just more controlled on platform 2.
Right. And especially if you control that bar down to your chest, you're more likely to get that press command more quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you demonstrate kind of that you're slowing down towards the beginning, you have it under control, they'll know that you're about to stop. So as soon as you stop, they can give you the press command. Versus when you sink down, sometimes they aren't ready to react that quickly.
Yep. And holding all that tension and all that potential energy is a quick way to just gash out.
Yeah, we always talk about anticipating the press command, which is
Right.
where you can kind of try and guess where they give it to you. But the judges also try and anticipate you. So as soon as they think you're going to be stopped, they'll try and give you that command. So if you allow them the chance to see that, you'll get a command faster. Because again, there's no pause in USA Powerlifting. It's simply a stop.
Yep. But however long it takes you to get that bar to stop is up to you as the lifter. 100 kilograms loaded up for Colleen Donahue. 87.5 loaded up for Layla Chael Isaacs.
Who casually waves off the spotter. She's going to give her own lift off. You're going to see a lot of lifters are choosing to do that. I think it's becoming more and more popular, and especially with the higher arch, you're going to kind of give your own lift off because you don't want them to mess you up necessarily. But I think that it can be smart. If you train with no lift off, you should not take a lift off in a competition.
Right. You never, you don't want to try something new out on game day. Never. That's prime time for things to go wrong. Charcy and Heather taking 102.5, 226 for an opener. And Charcy, girl, come on now. Just presses it so easily. So easily. Textbook putting on a clinic for bench press. Brianna over on platform 1, 87.5 kilograms on the bar, 7.5 kilogram jump. That is a bigger jump than we might typically see for a bench press. What are your thoughts on that, Tia?
I think it's pretty standard to take 5 kilo jumps, so 7 isn't too far off of that. That's a little bit more. She makes it look good. So sometimes some lifters, if they're nervous a little bit, sometimes they'll lower their openers, and in terms of like a planned lowering. Yeah. And then they'll take a little bit of a bigger jump to the second one, and then they'll take a little bit of a smaller jump to the third one, maybe more of a normal. Or, sometimes if someone's feeling a little slow in the warm-up room, you can actually go change your opener. You are allowed to change your openers. And if you change your opener and you change your mind after you change your opener and you did that and you're like, why did I change my opener? That felt fine. Yeah. You might just jump to whatever your planned second was anyway. Yeah,
absolutely. And I know for me, back in my powerlifting days, I was a cramper. So when I set up for my bench, I had to make sure I got my number out of the way before my back locked up and I wasn't pressing anything else.
When you say back in my day, it makes it sound like you're 80.
I mean, to be fair, we do have a pretty decent age gap. But like I said, I'm not in the powerlifting world anymore. I won my little world championship and then took a little detour, but I'll be back. Evil laugh. I shall return.
Speaking of coming back, Stephanie, platform 2. She missed that 80 on her opener. And then she came back to hit it on her second one. Oh, I'm sorry. She was our lifter who timed out.
Yes.
But she came back and she made it. So whether it was intentional or not, she is still in the meet. Mm-hmm. And we'll see. She put 85 for her third.
Yeah.
So casual jump to the third. I maybe leaning towards it's probably an accidental timeout then if you're taking a normal jump and not just taking a token and calling it good.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. It really could have just been one of those wrong place, wrong time. We are about halfway through second attempts bench on flight G. Excuse me. I said that and then I scrolled up. We're part of the way through, but flight G is our shorter flight on platform 1, so halfway through is not too far off. We are also on our second attempts on platform 2. Morgan Rebernick is going to take 85 kilograms, and Crizel is going to take 75 kilograms, respectively. Morgan's bench, convincing, looks easy. Honestly, if she wanted to jump another 5 kilograms, I would not be mad at her. But judging on how that moved, I think she might take a 2.5 and keep it pushing.
Yeah, and there's good and there's bad to squat, bench, and deadlift and attempt selection when things are hard.
Sure.
So we saw in the last session, and we've seen it a couple times this weekend already. I guess it's not really the weekend, it's Friday. But we've seen it a couple times this week already that lifters who are kind of struggling maybe on their second have been scratching their third to conserve energy on squat.
Yeah.
But on bench, usually if you struggle on your bench, you're going to go out there and take it anyway. One, because bench is so technical that a struggle doesn't necessarily mean a strength issue. It could just be you have to hold your position better.
Precisely.
But two, bench is significantly less taxing, and you get less CNS fatigue from your bench. So you're going to just kind of be willing to throw that out there on your bench to see if you can get that extra 2.5 kilos, because okay, maybe you tire yourself out a little bit, but if you get that 2.5 kilos, that's 2.5 kilos less that you have to deadlift at the end of the day.
Yeah, and speaking of taking a pretty solid jump is Kate Del Piano, 95 kilograms on the bar. Easy money. I thought she was about to take that for a double for a hot second, the way the computer was lagging. Look, it's a good lift. Got a blue card, though. I'm not sure I agree. Ant?
I actually agree with that blue card. Okay,
what did you see?
Here's why. When she locked it out at the top, she bobbled the lockout. So she kind of locked her elbow. It was so fast, I think she caught herself off guard that it bounced a little at the top. That's what that's going to be for.
Well, and to me, honestly, that looked like a glitch in the screen. So I'm glad you saw that, because we saw two absolutely different things. Tiffany Ong looking to take the same weight, and it looks like Kate put in a 2.5 kilo jump to try to chip that number. We'll see if Tiffany gets this.
I am glad that blue card wasn't a 2-to-1 no lift.
Yeah,
but I do think it's good that it was a 2-to-1 good lift.
Agreed.
Because it lets them know that that is there for the next lift, but it also is such a small nitpicky thing that, and it's a little bit of an interpretation at the top.
Yeah.
So I think I'm glad that she got the card, but I'm also glad that she got the lift, because I do think she deserved the lift, but I see where it was given from.
Oh, 100%. And now that you explain that to me, it seems like the blue, granted, she got the blue card, but it's keep an eye on this. You got this lift. You're going to want to pay attention to how you lock out on the third and make sure there's no movement at the top.
Yes. As a lifter, if I get a 2-to-1, it's helpful in the sense that I know I can do something better next time, so hopefully you won't start me from a bad lift knowing, oh, she moved her foot last time, but I didn't tell her.
Yeah.
It's also detrimental because what it means is if it's 2-to-1, clearly the other two referees didn't see it. But now that I know that it's a thing, so do the other two referees.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make it better, but I also have to make it better.
Yeah, absolutely. You're kind of forced into a position of betterment, which, honestly, in my opinion, that's a referee's job. Keep us honest, keep us technical, make sure that we're executing the lifts in a proper way.
I think Alexis is our missed command last time.
I think you're right on that one, too. Got it done. Press, press, press. Come on.
Whew. That was slow, especially not having an opener in. But she got it. It was pretty cleanly well fought. So 3 white lights for her. And I'm curious, she'll probably just take a 2.5 for the third based on how that moved. But she did take a 5 from her opener, so she's pretty much on plan, probably with what she had initially planned at the beginning of the day.
Right. And honestly, I'm not going to hold you. A grind at 220, it's pretty solid for a second. Whitney Husselkamp fighting that 102.5. What did the judges say? That's a good lift for Whitley. Layla taking 92.5 kilograms for her second.
Yeah, some of these lifts on platform 2 and just how kind of slow they're moving have me a little bit suspicious of some of these third attempts that we're going to take and whether we might see a little bit less of a hit rate on the third attempts than we would have liked to have seen. Because sometimes it's not even that you can't make your third attempt, it's that if your second is slow and you fatigue yourself, then you can't make your third attempt.
Right. And the thing is, too, you also have another lift that you have to think about competing. And let's just, for the folks at home, it is 10:11 Central Time. It's 11:11 Eastern Standard Time. So I don't know about y'all. I'm typically in the bed right now, so I can't even imagine going. Yes, I am an old person, Tia. It is all right. I can't even imagine trying to go max effort when I should be counting sheep.
Yeah, and this session was initially scheduled to start earlier, and they changed the schedule to push it back. And I don't really think they needed to because there was kind of a nice chunk of time in between the last session and this session. The third session tomorrow, the equivalent session, does start an hour earlier than this session.
It does indeed.
So I don't know about that, but
Ashley Huang, 105. Good lift for her. 105 kilograms on the bar, a massive second attempt, 231 pounds. Janine Bermudez, 72.5 kilograms on the bar, 159. She's looking to take for her third. Zoe Justinger also looking to take 105. We are still in second attempts for bench on platform 2. These are huge numbers going down. For y'all's reference, 100 kilograms is 220 pounds. 225 pounds, or 2 plates as it's colloquially known in the gym world, is a massive milestone. If you can hit 225 on bench press, you can actually classify yourself creme de la creme, elites. The best to ever do it, maybe. But you got to make sure it's there on meet day. Faith Jones, 75 kilograms on the bar, 165 pounds. Colleen Donahue looking to take 105 to put the pressure on Zoe and Ashley. This is really a game of cat and mouse when it's coming to these benches today. Faith presses it, locks it out a little unevenly, but it's a good lift. Uneven lockouts do not bad lifts make, folks. Colleen Donahue, 105, 231. Let's see how she takes that. Little slow, but I'm not mad at it. If I were her, 2.5 kilo jump might not be a bad idea. We are in third attempts. Flight G, platform 1. I don't know if y'all can hear Gino, the pirate of USA Powerlifting, is really getting the crowd on their feet, getting them hype for our lifters on platform 3 and 4. But we're going to keep you locked in on platforms 1 and 2. Crizel fighting that bench, but doesn't get it to go. Charlesy Eth, 107.5 kilograms on the bar, 237. Massive second. This one started off a little slow, sped up halfway through. It's what we like to see. 3 white lights for Charlesy.
Yeah, she kind of had one arm before the other a little bit. You're allowed to do that as long as you don't get up and down motion in the process. I'm just looking at her numbers, and I can kind of see that, yeah, I think she felt a little slow there, too, because she just put in that 2.5 kilo jump that we can see on the LiftingCast. But looking at her numbers, I think she might kind of be a little bit of a friend of the bench. I think it's kind of her thing. She's kind of right at the end here, tied for that second highest lift of, or tied for the highest lift of this second attempts for this flight and for this women's raw open category that she's in. But then her deadlift, she's going to be a lot more towards the beginning of the flight.
Okay. Well, we saw in the last session, we had a lifter that really set herself apart on bench and was kind of able to coast through deadlifts because she set herself apart. That's not going to be the case with these lifters today, but Heather Grinkley making a very convincing statement with 107.5. She's not going quietly onto this bench. I gotta say, Tia, I really admire benchers. I think I admire a great press. You know, being able to literally have your body weight suspended over your head, take it down, press it back up. It's a thing of beauty. And especially, you know, our women, our female lifters, when they bench well, mwah, chef's kiss. Paige White, for her third attempt, does not get it to go. Good fight, though.
Yeah, I think that talks about, like, good benching just kind of being chef's kiss. A lot of people aren't good at bench right away.
Right. So right. It is work.
A lot of people, because bench is so technical, it's not just, oh, she's strong, she can go bench.
Right.
It's a lot of, you have to kind of learn how to bench, and you have to learn what techniques for you, and you have to try a lot of things, and you have to do a lot of reps. I know on my program, I squat twice a week, I deadlift twice a week, and I bench 5 days a week.
Dang!
So, in some form or variation.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of work put into it to get to a point where you have a nationally competitive bench.
Right.
But I also think that if you're willing to put in the work, bench is the one that's going to improve percentage-wise the fastest.
Absolutely would agree with you on that. Absolutely would agree with you on that. Technicalities and lifts of those technical natures, especially when you get that technique down, just have the propensity to just blow up. Morgan Reberink, 87.5 kilograms for her third. Danielle Jerez, 90 kilograms for her third attempt. Gonna put the pressure on Ashlyn Buckley to see how this slugfest is gonna go.
Yeah, and you said that just there are certain lifts can blow up with a lot of training, or when something just kind of clicks.
Yeah.
In the mental side of something for a lifter. Every single lifter here obviously has competed before. They have a qualifying total to get here. Every single lifter here has a profile on USAPL lifting database, and you can go and look at the progress. And the progress of some of these people, some of them span 10 plus years.
Right.
Some of them are the progress within their first year as they do a couple meets right back to back, and you kind of see that exponential growth curve right away on a lot of lifters just from honestly learning how to bench.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I think that I love looking at a chart of a lifter and seeing those lines just continually going up.
Yeah, speaking of lines continually going up, let's take a look at Farah. She started off a little bit rough on the squat, but has really gotten, I'm going to call it her redemption on this bench press. 3 great lifts, is able to come out the other side and can take a deep breath and get ready for deadlift.
Did you use a wordplay, revenge with bench?
Redemption.
Oh, I thought I thought you were saying revenge, but like revenge bench.
That could
so
work
you
too.
said revenge.
That could definitely work.
Okay, but redemption makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. I love a good wordplay. Anna Hagiwara, 95, the last bench of this flight. Let's see her get it here. What a push. Solid lockout from Anna. Judges say that is a good lift for Anna Hagiwara, getting set up for flight H. Coming on in. We're going to switch our focus briefly over to platform 2. Kate Del Piano, according to our chat, Del Piano means of the piano, but she looks like a lifter to me. She's going to take 97.5 kilograms for her third. Solid showing so far. Missed her third squat attempt. Let's see if she gets this third bench here. I think she will.
Yeah, and we talked about the 7.5 versus the 5 on bench. She took a 7.5 first to second and just a 2.5 there. So this is probably what her initial plan. Third was maybe to take a 5 and 5, but felt a little bit more confident and then slowed down. But that was excellent. So she definitely had more.
Absolutely. Done and dusted from Kate. What a good feeling going into deadlifts.
Sometimes in powerlifting, because you have 9 lifts, it's not about making every lift a maximal lift.
Right.
Your third attempt squat doesn't have to be your squat PR. Your third attempt bench doesn't have to be your bench PR. At nationals specifically, you're not necessarily looking to PR every single individual lift. You're looking to build a total.
Right. Totals win meets.
You can go set your state records or your personal PRs at any meet, anywhere within the USAPL.
Yeah.
At nationals, you want a total and you want a placement at the end of the day, which is determined by the total. So if you sacrifice 2 kilos off your squat to get 10 kilos on your bench, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a numbers game, and there's a lot more strategy that goes into powerlifting than people realize. Because not only are you competing against other folks in your flight, you're competing against yourself. What did you do the last time you stepped on a platform? What do you want to do today? How are you going to make that happen? We're starting up. Emilio Valle took 100 kilograms, done and dusted. James Russo did the same. 3 white lights on 115 kilograms on the bar. And we'll see Nathan Cruzado taking 127 and a half, kilograms on the bar. It looks like both Jessica and Alexis on platform 2 failed 102 and a half. Sometimes that bench just grinds to a halt, and that's all right. Moving on up, we have Christina Ryan, 105 on the bar. Whitley, 105 on the bar. Massive 231 benches. I'm honestly, y'all, I am so excited to see so many women benching over 200 pounds. It's a milestone that not a lot of folks would have initially thought is possible, but we're seeing every single day that, whatever barrier that you put up against a female powerlifter, she's going to destroy it. Destroy it. Christina Ryan, 105, did not get it. We're going to see Whitley next.
Yeah, and there are certain numbers that as a powerlifter are harder to hit than others.
Right.
And you might not know them 100% at home. If you're just kind of a friend or a family casually watching somebody that you're just trying to cheer on or support because your granddaughter powerlifts, so you're watching the live stream, right? You might not know that 92.5 is a really scary number because it gets you over the 200 mark.
Sure.
Or 182.5 is a really scary number because it gets you over the 400 pound mark. You're thinking of that 92 and a half, I'm thinking, I don't know, whatever, it's just a number, right? No, that's scary.
Yeah, and it's like you said, you're not touching 95 kilos, which, if that were, honestly, that is brilliant. I can hit 92, I can hit 97 and a half. I don't ever have to see 95, and it's a good day.
Yeah.
Zoe Justinger, 107 and a half kilograms on the bar. 237 pounds for this lifter. Excellent grind. Gets the lockout. Judges say that is a good lift. Folks, just want to let you know, as we're finishing out these third attempts on bench, just want to focus a little bit on platform 2, give these ladies their shine as we move in to the gentlemen on flight H. So we have Ashley Huang going to take 110. Charlesy is also going to take 110. And Colleen is also going to take 110. 110 kilograms is 242 pounds.
Ugh, I wish.
Truly, I wish. I have a friend of mine that benches darn near 300 pounds. I said, what are you drinking? What is in the water over there? Can I have some? Please. And she pushes. Oh, not quite. Little dip before she called it. That was a good call, actually. I don't know if I would have recommended her grind through that.
Yeah, they're definitely, you could tell it was going down.
Yeah.
I would like to point out, though, props to her amazing technical on the descent. I think just didn't get a strong enough pop right out of that bottom.
That's real. And sometimes on that third, and you can be real tense when you get all the way down, and as soon as it hits your chest, it's kind of like a little deflated balloon, just kind of wah-wah, comes on out. Charlesy, 110 on the bar. I really want to see her get this. Push it. Push. One arm. Other arm. Gets the rack command. What do the judges say? That is a good lift for Charlesy. Successfully hits the 110. Will Colleen follow suit? We shall see. Not a lot of successful third attempts in platform 2 for bench press. Not mad about that though. 110 kilograms for Colleen Donahue, 242 pounds.
We had one miss and one make at this 110, so tiebreaker here, Colleen.
Here we go. Let's see you get it. Let's go, Colleen. Go, 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 go. Not quite there. Not quite there.
Yes.
Charlesy is going to take a huge bump for getting with that 5 kilo over her competition. Heather Grinkley going to close out this flight with 112.5 kilograms on the bar. Just had to wait for our screens to update. 5 kilogram jump here, which seems consistent for Heather. Let's see her get it here.
Johnson on floor. Let's see it, Heather. Oh, Johnson is on the game train. Here comes no
Descent. Oh my goodness. She's pressing. She's pressing. No lift. No lift. All right. Moving in to bench press for flight H. Aiden Johnson gonna take us at the top of the order, 75 kilograms on the bar. James MacArthur is gonna open with 142 kilograms on the bar, 142 and a half, excuse me. That is 314.21 pounds. That's a lot of weight that he successfully benches. Aaron Dominia, Jalen Douglas looking to take similar weights for their first attempts as well. Miles Carter, 97.5 kilograms on the bar.
419 pounds.
214.99 pounds.
His body weight.
Solid opener. That's really what you want a bench opener to look like from both Aaron and Miles. Looks like good lift for Miles.
I think we got a little bit of a reset on platform 1.
Okay,
got some
that's what we saw.
instructions from the referee.
Okay.
How to make it better.
Yeah. Generally speaking, what might be a reason for a replace command for a bench?
There's a couple of things. We'll
Take a
start
breath.
from the bottom.
Yeah.
Are your feet flat on the ground? If not, re-rack. Is your butt on the bench? If not, re-rack.
Right.
Are your shoulders secured on the bench? If not, re-rack. Are your hands within the allowed grip width?
Right.
If not, re-rack. Are your elbows locked? If not, re-rack. So there's like a whole lot of things.
Right.
But the most wow, okay, pause. Very close grip for Jalen. He has his face savers too high.
Huh.
That, you do not see that very often. He hit the rocks on the way down for sure.
Huh.
And paused on them. So he'll have to adjust that moving forward. I'm not sure if that was a typo when he entered his rack heights or what happened there necessarily, but that's a very controllable, unfortunate mistake.
Right.
But anyways, back to what we were talking about before. The re-rack commands. Most likely, the two most common things that you're going to have are elbows not being locked out fully and feet not flat on the floor.
Right. Sean Davenport Jr. And don't forget the junior on that first bench. Successful 105 opener. Charles Perro, 145 on the bar, unracks it himself. 319 on the bar. Down and up. Easy money for Mr. Perro.
Yeah, that self-on-rack might be a little fatiguing as he moves up into the next couple lifts because he didn't make the unrack look easy.
Right.
He made the lift look easier than the unrack.
Right. And in an ideal world, you don't want the unrack to be that difficult.
It wasn't super bad, but there was definitely a bobble in there, so at a maximum weight, that bobble can make a difference.
Absolutely right. Brendan Pham, Jason Samarzia, 147.5 kilograms on the bar for these two gentlemen, 325.4 pounds. And over on platform 2, Josh Wilson just successfully handled business with 105. We'll see Sebastian Pena taking 115 kilograms, 253 pounds. Down and up for Sebastian. Easy money, 3 white lights. And we'll see how Jason goes. 147.5 on the bar for him, 325. Down and up, a little slower for an opener than one might expect, but I don't know if I would raise the alarm bells just yet.
Yeah, it didn't look terrible to me. It looked pretty decent.
Yeah. Pretty solid moving. Arman Samsam, 150 kilograms on the bar opening. Nick makes seemingly easy work of 117.5 kilograms. Excuse me, the judges agree. Jaden Lee, gonna take 125 kilograms on the bar. Pretty solid opener here for him. I say pretty solid, it's massive. What am I talking about? 275 pounds on the bar. Easy work for Jaden. That's what we love to see. Arman as well, easy work of his opener. Austin, though, looking to take a little chip off the old block. 152.5 kilograms off that bench. And for folks at home that don't know, that is 336 pounds. Eli's first bench is 137.5 kilograms. That's 303 pounds. Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that from Eli. I wish we had a camera back here, folks, because you would have seen both Tia and myself both do a nice little quarter held tilt when we saw that bench, just to make sure we saw what we needed to see.
Yeah, I'm not super concerned about it because it was fast off the chest, and he had just slow at the top.
Sure.
So I don't think it's necessarily a huge issue because more likely you're going to get stuck at the middle or at the bottom. So I think that was just maybe a little nervous at the top.
Yeah, could be.
I'm curious to see if he has the same slower sticking point next time he comes up to bench.
Right. We'll see. Emilio Valle, 107.5 for his second attempt. We are at the top of the order for seconds for Flight H on Platform 1. And on Flight H on Platform 2, we're still working our way through first. But like we said, we're generally speaking moving at a similar pace with both of these platforms, so we should see a link up consistently towards the end of these attempts here. Emilio Valle, down and up, seems to make that look really easy. Judges say some stuff. We don't know quite yet. But we do know that Jace Tillman just got a good lift on his 145. Okay, 3 white lights for Emilio. Took us a little bit of time, but we got it. If you were Emilio in this moment, what are you thinking your next bench jump is going to be? Don't look at what he just did.
It's hard because it's in front of me and
Right.
I instinctively want to look down. I was not 100% paying attention.
Sure. Super fair. Honestly, what I would have said that he should do is what he did. He went up by 2.5 kilograms, 110. Solid, conservative, measured jump for his third attempt.
Yeah, and you guys are being treated right now because you do have the 2 commentators just for the 2 platforms. At a lot of national events, we're going to have 2 commentators across 4 platforms. So we see about twice as many lifts as we usually do compared to watching 2 platforms versus 4, but we also still kind of have to watch both of them at the same time,
Right.
or look at numbers for both screens at the same time. So we might miss a lift or two, and if we don't call out every lift or whatever, we're sorry about that. But I actually know that I love, like, when I watch the live streams back after I lifted, I'm like, oh, they're talking about me.
Oh, yeah. We're
So-
only human. We try to do the best that we can. We're going to miss some things, but we try to catch most of it.
Yes. And once again, every lifter that is here is phenomenal.
Phenomenal, to
Des-
say the least.
Deserves to be here, has worked incredibly hard since earning the right to be here.
Absolutely.
To prepare and compete here emotionally, physically, mentally, monetarily,
Right.
honestly,
Right.
to be able to afford the entry fee and coming here.
Folks, as we're moving into our second attempts, we're going to see some numbers that may feel like significant jumps, but when we look at the total, percentages and the totals of what they're lifting right now, they don't seem like too much. They can look overwhelming on the list, right? So we have 132 and a half. We have a lot of and a half, both on platform 1 and 2, just to make sure that they can eke out those numbers and make sure that they can have the best possible total going into deadlifts. 3 white lights for Mr. Hassan on platform 1. Amani gonna take 110 kilograms, 242 pounds. Nathan Cruzado coming up to the platform, 135 kilograms on the bar, 297 pounds. No lift for Amani. Got yellow cards. Yellow cards. Could be for a number of reasons.
He just failed the lift.
Yep. And easily enough for us, he just failed. Nathan Cruzado, 135 on the bar. Slow off the chest, but he gets it locked out. Judges say no for Mr. Cruzado. Yellows. On platform 2, Ari Firestone, 110. Let's see him. Smoked it. What did the judges say? Good lift. Josh Wilson also, I'm sorry, I forgot the junior, and I told y'all to never do that. Sean Davenport Jr., don't forget the junior, is also gonna take 110 for a ride. After that, Josh Wilson will take his second bench attempt at 110. On platform 1, Silo Rangel, 140. He's getting ready to take that. After Silo, Tyson, Lyle, and Jalen will each have their next bench press attempt.
Yeah, that 110, a popular number today.
Seems that way. Sean Davenport Jr. gets the lift. 3 white lights. Josh Wilson will have his opportunity to answer. Silo Rangel, 140 kilograms on the bar for him. Did get the lift. Good lift. Tyson Turner getting loaded up to 145, getting set here. Josh Wilson successful on the 110 lift. Sebastian Pena going up 7.5 kilo jump, 122.5 kilograms on the bar for him. 270 pounds. Solid second. Tyson looking to take 319. Grind the press, judges say. No good for Tyson.
Yeah, that yellow cards from the 2 side judges there. If anything, I almost thought it was his right elbow that wasn't locked out. So I was a little surprised to see the yellow as opposed to the blue.
Sure. Sure, that's a fair point.
Not 100% sure what they saw. My guess is because it was from the two side judges, probably his butt came off the bench, but
Yeah.
that's really hard to see from our angle.
Right. Because we're looking head on, and lifters have 3 judges surrounding them to get every angle, every perspective to make sure that they can see the totality of the movement.
Yeah, and we haven't had the opportunity to kind of single screen the bench too much yet, but the judges move from the front quarter angle to the back quarter angle for the bench, and that's to make sure they can see those things. The
Right.
feet, the butt, the shoulders, the elbows.
Nick successfully completes 127.5 kilograms. Moving right on up is Jaden Lee, 132.5 kilograms on the bar. And on platform 1, Jalen Douglas successfully completed 147.5 kilograms. This came through for us. It's coming through for you on the screens as I speak. James MacArthur is going to take 150 for a ride, hopefully. And then Aaron Dominia is going to attempt to do the same. Eli Landis and Jordan Valdez on platform 2 are going to attempt 142.5 kilograms. Ambitious. They have been pretty solid neck and neck for this bench battle. So I'm interested to see how it will all shake out.
Yeah, you had mentioned Jalen as well, a couple lifters ago on one. He ended up, it looked like, lowering his safety pin heights because he didn't hit them this time. But he still looked close.
Yeah.
So I would almost, I'm not sure if he was at the minimum or not, but if he's not, I would say lower it at least one more.
Just a little bit.
And also, honestly, if you're running that close every time and you are at the minimum height, he needs to move his hands out further.
I would have to agree with you on that as well. Sometimes having that full range of motion is just not ideal when you're lifting on a combo rack in an environment like this one. But Aaron, convincing, dominant showing of this bench. Easy money. And Joran Valdez answers in kind. Slight work, just a little peanut. Brandon Pham, 155 kilograms on the bar, 341 pounds. Did you know that an empty vending machine weighs 341 pounds? Just about, sometimes.
I did not know that, but thank you for that valuable piece of information.
Listen, when I MC, folks, they will tell you, I look up facts. How many baby elephants did you lift on this deadlift? We'll get into that later. I like to have lots of fun with little facts. Thanks. Jace Tillman, 152.5 on the bar. Easy money for him. What did the judges say? That is a good lift for Mr. Tillman. Brendan also down and up so quick I didn't even see. Looked to be a no lift. Got some yellow cards.
It's like stereotypical American will use anything but the metric system.
Right.
Even though we use the metric system for kilos.
Right.
Here.
Jordan Abdon, 155 kilograms on the bar for him. 341 pounds. Nice push. Great push from Jordan. Judges say good lift. Good lift. Charles Perro, 155 on the bar. Brendan Pham was not able to hit it. Will take that again for his third. But let's see how Charles lines up and rises to this occasion. Miles Milton going to take it's 5 kilos on 155, but a significant jump from his opener. But he moved that really, really well. I'm interested to see what his third attempt will be, especially since he just got 3 white lights. Still waiting for Charles. Aiden Johnson gonna take his third attempt at 92.5 kilograms. Bar is loaded for Charles. When we're waiting for a lifter, it's typically because they have not heard their go words, their release words. Bar is loaded. So a lot of times there might be a technical difficulty that the spotters and loaders may need to amend, clean off the bench, clean off the bar, making sure that every lifter has the same starting point to be able to get a successful lift. So it just took a little bit of time, but Charles is out here now getting ready to take this 341 bench press.
Yeah, it could also just be that maybe one of the referees wasn't ready.
Right.
They're not necessarily. It's encouraged to not do this, but sometimes they might, swap out or whatever, just to kind of run or take an errand or take a phone call or something.
Right.
Things happen.
Good lift for Charles. Miles Carter, 107.5. Nice third attempt. I would have liked to see a little bit more weight on there, especially since it was 3 white lights, but I'm greedy. I always want more. Always want more. Austin Marquis, 155 on the bar, taking a jump despite missing his first attempt. Not necessarily the worst thing. Amani gonna retake 110 for his third. We might actually get some single bench action today, as it seems Platform 2 might wrap up before Platform 1 on thirds for bench. No lift for Amani, just could not get it to go. Austin Marquis gets a good lift. Jason will take 155 for a ride as well. And then Arman, of course, in true Arman fashion, will be taking a 10-kilo jump on top of everyone, but a 15-kilo jump on top of his last attempt with 165 kilos for his second. Little bit of a grind here, but Jason is able to finish out that lockout.
Yeah, once he got it about halfway, it kind of just popped all the way up to the top.
Yeah. Sean Davenport, and don't forget the junior, was unsuccessful on his 112.5 kilogram bench, his third attempt, but that is okay. Solid numbers getting ready to go into deadlift for him. Ari gonna take 115, and so is Joshua right after.
Almost to thirds on platform 1.
Exactly. We'll be there within this next lift. Partly through thirds on platform 2. The good thing is about having 2 flights in this session, we don't necessarily have to have a third group of people getting ready to go. We can get the platform set up for deadlift and get ready to rock that out. Arman, 165. Let's see it here. Oh, yes. Definitively done. Part of me thinks he might have slowed it down a little bit for effect, but we'll see what he does with this third attempt. Sebastian Pena, well, Josh Wilson is going to take this bench. Sebastian Pena is coming up with 127.5 kilograms. Josh Wilson, 3 white lights. That is a good lift. Emilio Valle coming back for his third attempt. 110 kilograms on the bar. 242 pounds.
That is correct, sir.
Big benches here from both gentlemen on the platforms. Sebastian driving, easy money for a third. Honestly, moved like a second or a first. He could have put some more weight on there. 3 white lights for Mr. Pena. Nick will be taking 135 kilograms on the bar. We are moving right along, moving on up. Emilio Valle getting, grinding, pushing, locking it out. What do the judges say? Good lift for Mr. Valle. James Russo, 127.5 kilograms, a 5-kilo jump from his last bench. Took a smaller jump from his second to third than from his first to his second, something that we would typically see on a bench. So hopefully that would work out for him. Nick is pushing, doesn't quite have the juice. Spotters and loaders take it from him. Gets a nice embrace, pat from his coach. Getting ready to move on to deadlifts. Jaden Lee, 140. We are moving right on up on platform 2.
Yeah, and sometimes when you miss a second lift or a first lift, it's good to get mad,
Right,
right? Because you can use that on your second or your third.
right.
But when you miss your third, you have a long time before you go back out for your deadlifts.
Right.
So you don't want to get super upset about missing your third. You kind of just want to stay calm, miss
Right.
it, move on, take your time, reset, warm up, be casual about it because you still have a long ways to go.
Yeah. Nathan Cruzado gonna take 135 again. Hopefully capitalizing on some of the mistakes that he made in this last lift. Eli Landis, 145 on the bar for a massive advantage going into deadlifts. He's pushing, he's grinding, Eli is going. Oh, it's stuck, it's stuck. Spotters and loaders grab it. I wanted him to lock that out so bad. What a fight. Nathan Cruzado taking his third, 135. He's pushing, just doesn't quite have it. Spotters and loaders take it from him. That is okay. That is all right. I know for me, when I was benching at this point, my back was screaming. Ready to go onto deadlifts.
Yeah, and he's still forecasted to finish in the medals in that men's Raw Junior division. That's simply courtesy of he's got a big squat and he's got a bigger deadlift.
Oh, yes. That's what we'd love to see. Jordan Valdez, 147.5 kilograms on the bar, 325 pounds. Good lift for Joran. He is just having a fantastic day. Bars loaded for Jordan. Here he comes. And Zain Hassan on platform 1. $160 kilograms on the bar for Jordan.
Let's go, Sia.
Good push for Jordan. What did the judges say? That's a good lift. And we have a good lift for Kurt Gonzaga as well. Silo, 142.5 kilograms on the bar, a 2.5 kilo push. I like to see this as a little bit of more conservative going into deads on this third attempt. On platform 2, Jace Tillman will take 160 kilograms just like Jordan did, and then Miles will close out the flight with a 167.5 kilogram bench attempt.
Oh, pretty solid on
That
platform
was
2.
smooth. Judges say 3 white lights. That was a great lift for Miles. We're going to focus our attention on platform 1. Oh, just kidding. Not quite yet. Miles is going to take his lift right now. We saw Jace Tillman, 160. Miles Milton for the last bench is going to take 167.5. 369 pounds. Gets stuck on the chest, does not want to move. They look like they turned the gravity up for that one.
They do that sometimes.
They do that sometimes.
And they will transition there to deadlift, and we'll wrap up these last couple attempts on bench on platform 1, and then we will get to where the money's made.
145 getting attempted again for Tyson Turner. And just doesn't quite have it. What sort of thing runs through your mind when you have to bench the same weight again that you failed?
I think when it was supposed to have been a second, you know you can do it. So it's just a question of whether you can do it today.
Right.
And I think you're trying to make every possible technical correction in the book, and sometimes when you do that, you forget that you also just have to be strong
Right.
and push hard.
Right.
Because sometimes it's not about keep your elbow perfectly tucked. Sometimes it's just push a little harder.
Yeah. A lot of the times when you're in your thirds and you're really digging deep and looking for what you have, sometimes the name of that game is just commitment to the lift, following through, seeing it through, really driving with everything that you have left, and making sure that the judges know, we know, you left it all out there. Jalen Douglas, 150 kilograms. Lyle could not get it. Let's see if Jalen does. The 10-minute timer has started on platform 2 for deadlifts. We will start our deadlifts in about 9 minutes. No dice for Jalen. I think you might be right. That hand positioning is really, really narrow to have a successful bench at that weight. It seemed like to me on the descent, the stance, the hand position let him get out of balance and he wasn't able to push that consistently on the way up. Is that what you saw?
Yeah, he already has a very narrow grip, and I think on top of that, I think his left hand was on the smooth and his right hand was not.
Right.
Or not fully.
Right.
So it honestly, when he came out and did that first one and hit the bench pins, I kind of thought maybe he was messing around a little bit. Just because of how abnormal it was, and abnormal can be good, but if abnormal is bad, you need to go back to normal.
Right.
And it gave me the same vibe as the kid who, at Collegiate Nationals 2 years ago, curled the bar on deadlift.
The silence from me, so you all know, was me being visibly taken aback. Trying to bicep curl a deadlift is a sure sign of a bad time. Sure sign of not a good time.
Oh yeah, they made a new rule specifically because of that kid.
Brilliant. One of these days, I would love to have a rule made for me, but a good reason.
I'm working on it.
James MacArthur takes his third, does not get that to go, but Aaron Dominia, 157.5 kilograms on the bar. He has had an incredible day so far. One of the few lifters that, just going to knock on wood, has had all green. So we'll see how it goes. I want to manifest this for him, speak it into existence that he'll have success on this lift. 347. Excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, I'm not. 347 on the bar for Aaron. The press, the fight does not quite have it. Might have bailed a little early, and he's still got a whole other lift to do. You see some initial rankings popping up on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Some of the winners that we have seen. Delaney Sousley, 370 kilogram total, just cleaning up as she does. Sarah Yoa, we saw her last session, had a phenomenal day. Caitlin Slovak and Shannon Sadwani as well. Fantastic lifters. Jason does not quite have it, and that is all right.
We have 2 lifters remaining to bench yet on this platform 1 here.
Yep.
We have a 165 and a 170. We have not had a ton of success on our third attempts.
Right. On both platforms, really. And, I don't necessarily know what that is indicative of. Is that competition conditions? Is that lifter conditions? we're just seeing a lot of red on third attempts for bench.
Yeah, and that's partly because statistically, the most missed attempt in powerlifting is your third attempt bench.
100%.
Well-known fact.
Yep.
Like clear, not even close statistic.
Right.
But I think in general, this flight has been a little bit messy. Not just on their third attempts, but on their squats and a little bit of random misses or just kind of weird flubs that maybe passed but were questionable.
Sure. Yep, got the press and could not get it. Last bench attempt of the night, but belongs to Arman Samsam. 170 kilograms, 374 pounds. Was able to get 165, 363. Got a yellow, not quite sure what that was for. But this 5 kilogram jump seems pretty consistent. A nice little move. We'll see how he gets this. And then on platform 2, we are going to take a short break, just a little one. We are running down some time on platform 2, about 3 minutes and 50 seconds until we start deads. So you're gonna stick around. Gonna want to stick around. Armand presses. He shakes his head no. I mean, it's his call. It is his call. All right, folks, platform 1 will be getting ready for deadlifts here very soon.
And we'll be back in about 3 minutes for platform 2.
And we're going to take a short break.
All right, these are the final
Hopefully you didn't miss us too much. We are back. Platform 2 getting loaded up. We have a little bit of a shakeup in the order for our deadlifts. We're starting with Tiffany Ong. And just because there's a shakeup in the order doesn't mean that's necessarily anything negative. We just have a little shakeup. All of these deadlifts are massive. Our lightest opener is at 347 for this weight class. Already starting off really, really strong, pulling over double body weight to get this off the ground. Tiffany Ong taking her, we're getting reset. The bar was not loaded properly. So when that happens, the lifter will step off the platform, it'll get reset, and her time will start again. Bar is loaded for Tiffany.
And you saw they just had a little extra
Yep.
5 on there.
Oh, you know, you wouldn't want to feel that coming up off the ground. Easy money up, and it's stuck for Tiffany. 3 white lights. Now this is where we pull out all the stops. Deadlift is where we leave it. Everything that we've been working for comes down to this. I say we like I'm on the platform. I feel like I'm there. You feel the heat, you feel the energy. And it's almost like we're out there ourselves. But we're not. But you will be.
Yup.
Easy pull. Ashley's gonna need to put some weight on that bar, moving just like an opener should. Sarah Eshelman up next at this same weight, 162.5 kilograms on the bar, 358 pounds. Lining up, platform 2, Sarah Eshelman, 162.5 kilograms. Easy pull, easy pull. We'd love to see that. In about 4 minutes and 45 seconds, platform 1 will be up and running again for deadlifts. Getting started with Brianna Kano, Paige White, and Ashlyn Buckley in that order. But until then, Stephanie De La Cruz, Caitlin Del Piano, Farah Abuhantash, Zoe Justinger, Charlesy Eighth are all taking 170 kilograms, 374 pounds as an opener. 5 athletes taking the same opener. That will be a sight to see. We'll move through this real quickly then.
Yeah, and you see that despite those 5 athletes taking that same opener, they're all projected to finish in very different spots
Right.
in the forecasted placing. So that just goes to show how much it matters early on what you add to your total.
Here comes Ayla. 113.4.
Coming up next, we have Kate Del Piano. Kate Delps lifts. Let's see her do it. Easy money. Put some weight on there, Caitlin. At this same weight, bar is immediately loaded for Farah. Again, up and stuck. Folks, you will see as our lifters are walking out, they have some nice white stuff on their legs. That is baby powder. They have baby powder on their legs to reduce the drag as the bar comes up, reduce that friction, but they have chalk on their palms to keep the bar in their hands. And believe me when I tell you, you do not want to get the two confused.
and both chalk and the baby powder get everywhere.
Yep,
Funny enough, they sent out an athlete email to all the athletes that were competing about a week ago that said the last time they used this venue, they got a huge cleaning fee after the fact because of all the baby powder that got everywhere. So they politely asked that athletes either used less baby powder or tried to put it on, like, more in the special confined areas in the back, or if they use a lot, to go outside to put it on.
Super fair. One of the things, though, that's wild to me is the last time USA Powerlifting Youth and Raw Nationals were here in Lombard was in 2019. Completely different crew of people. So y'all are getting held accountable for somebody else's error. But to be fair, we are a village, and we got to make sure that we take care of the venue that takes care of us.
Yeah, I don't know if some of the masters that competed this weekend might have been here, but...
Oh, man. Shots fired. Hopefully nobody's listening.
That's not a bad thing.
It's not. You're absolutely right. Just because you're a master does not mean anything negative. You've been around. You're seasoned. You're a mentor. You show young lifters what it means to continue to be strong at every age. I was just talking with Tanner earlier. We've had youth lifters as young as 8, masters lifters as old as 82. There is no limit for what we can accomplish when strength is on the line. Alexis Murray, successful with that 180 kilogram deadlift. Christina Ryan and Colleen Donahue gonna take 182.5 kilograms. They will break 400 pounds for their opener.
Yeah. It's my dream, by the way. If I live that long, I want to be that old baddie out
Oh
there.
my goodness, absolutely. Wouldn't that be such an accomplishment? Such an accomplishment. Another accomplishment that I love to see is all green on deadlift so far. Hopefully that continues. Christina Ryan, same weight that, let's flip that around. Colleen Donahue is going to take the same weight that Christina Ryan just took and got successful.
Sean, 3 whites. Audrey, 3 whites.
All right, Colleen, easy money. In about 3, 2, 1, platform 1 will be ready to go. And as if by magic, platform 1 pops up on our screen. It's not magic. It's just a really awesome guy named Travis who has our feeds locked and loaded and ready to go. Brianna, what do you have? An easy opening deadlift. 135 kilograms on the bar. Morgan Rebernick, easy opener deadlift at 185 kilograms, jumping up to 407. Jessica Palaganas, 190 kilograms on the bar. We're creeping up here. Paige White is taking her opening deadlift at 140 kilograms, 306 pounds on the bar. Makes light work of that. 418 on the bar for Jessica. Moving like fake weights. I'm here for that. Absolutely. Heather Grinkley gonna round out the first attempts in this flight. 192 kilograms on the bar. 192.5 kilograms on the bar, excuse me.
298 pounds. Angel on 3, 227.5 kilos.
So we're getting the screen updated for you. You see Heather Grinkley on your right, Ashlyn Buckley on your left. Easy money. Don't blink or you'll miss it, because that is exactly what happened to me on Heather's pull. I blinked and she got 3 white lights. Back to the top of the order, Tiffany Ong. We're taking a little bit of a move here for her next opener. Her next opener, it's number 2. It's 11:16 at night.
Yeah, and you saw Heather with that pull there. She moved into first place, but it's not a gimme first place right now. They're separated by projected totals. 12.5 kilos. That is a bit of a jump that probably involves praying for somebody to miss if
Right.
you're the second place person.
Right.
But athletes miss lifts all the time. So what
Right.
it does is it adds pressure.
Right. And 12.5 kilograms is not, that's within striking distance. It's not something that is completely out of reach. Now, in our last session in the Battle of the 65s, there was a 30 kilogram jump, which is a lot harder to make up. But 12.5, that could be any lift you pull. Tiffany successfully completes that second attempt. Moving on to Layla, 150. Janine will also take 150. And Anna Hagiwara will also take 150. Successful attempt here for Layla. Ashley Huang, 172.5 kilograms on the bar for her. She's had a solid day. Looking forward to see how she finishes that out.
3.7 times his body weight.
Yeah. Nice and easy for Ashley. Sarah Eshelman, Janine Bermudez. Janine, don't blink. That 150 is done and dusted. 3 white lights. Sarah Eshelman gonna take 175 for her second attempt. Anna Hagiwara, 150 kilograms for her first. We are closing out our first attempts on platform 1, and we are part of the way through deadlift 2 on platform 2. Sarah Eshelman taking 385 pounds for her second attempt. Good pull from Anna, made that look easy. Crizel gonna add 7.5 kilograms for Crizel. And on platform 2, good lift for Sarah. Farah, Zoe, and Chelsea will be attempting 180 kilograms. That's 396 pounds. We're creeping into 3 times body weight territory for deadlift, which is unbelievable. Unbelievable strength from these women. Crizel, 157.5. Narrow stance on the deadlift. Took a little bit of time to lock out at the top.
Yeah, there was a small little waiver there. That could be a problem at a heavier weight.
Yep. Gets 2 good lifts and gets a red from the center judge. I think I would agree with that. It looked a little soft for me looking from the front. Farah coming up to the bar with this really, really dope looking A7 kit. One of the things that we have seen from these lifters, especially with A7 being a title sponsor, is the swag has been out of this world. A7 knows how to put a kit together, vibrant colors that makes every lifter pop and look fantastic when they lift. What's your go-to color for lifting?
My belt is a custom
Yeah.
Pioneer Sparkle belt.
Yeah.
And it is teal. So, as much as possible, we try to kind of blend with that or match with that.
Love that.
I usually compete for my school, so you're going to be kind of stuck in the school
Sure.
uniform.
Yeah,
Gray and
yeah.
navy, who cares, blah, blah, blah. But I would much rather wear fun colors, like the green or whatever.
Absolutely. That green is fresh. Danielle Jerez, 160. Done. Easy money. Stephanie De La Cruz taking a darker color palette. I don't know if anybody wanted to know, but I actually have a custom belt from Pioneer as well. And it's the map of Middle Earth from Lord of the Rings with the inscription of the One Ring. If anybody wants to see it, you can't, sorry, because it's somewhere else. Kate Del Piano, 182.5 kilograms, a little uneven. coming off the floor, but locked out strong. That's what I want to see. That is what I want to see. Because if it's off the ground, it's moving, it's stuck. Brianna as well, solid drive through the legs. Whitney Hulskamp, 185 kilograms, up and stuck. Y'all will see we're kind of moving on a back and forth revolving motion with these lifters. Deadlifts move fast.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, I mean, obviously A7 is the presenting sponsor of the event, but we do have several other sponsors and vendors who have bothered to come be here and help support USA Powerlifting. Pioneer probably being the next biggest one beyond A7. They have the DuPage Sports Commission that's helping run the events here in Chicago. They have the Titan Fitness. They have, I believe, Hansu Power.
Yep.
The Nike APS, big sponsor. I know I'm forgetting about 8 people, but...
You know, I walked by the Beefy apparel table earlier today. They are one of our sponsors as well, and I think I might have to pick up some swag at least from one of our vendors because they have all of our lifters looking really, really fantastic. Christina Ryan looking to continue her deadlift success, and she does. She gets that lockout. Little bit of a grind. What did the judges say? No lift. All right.
I think on platform 1 they were checking the plate over there. I wonder if they chipped it a little.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
She picked something up off the ground. They picked the plate and they were kind of rubbing it. She grabbed one of the jury members to come double check it, but...
Some interesting things happening USAPL late at night. Morgan Rebernick, good lift, 195 kilograms. Jessica Palaganas is going to take that next. Colleen Donahue right after. And then Heather Grinkley looking to seal the deal on second attempts at 200 kilograms. Jessica pulls. Oh, no. And right before the down command, the bar just slips out. No lift.
That is heartbreaking when it's not a strength issue.
Oh, man. And especially at the end of the day, when all you've been doing is fighting, the last thing that you need is for your grip to give out. Still staying here. Colleen Donahue, 195 on the bar. Moving over to Holly Warner for deadlift on platform 1. 160 kilograms on the bar for Holly, Layla, Janine, and Anna. Colleen getting set. Feeling out the bar, making sure it's there. And pulls, locks it out. Gets the down, judges say. That's a good lift. Heather Grinkley, 200 kilograms on the bar. I want to see what you got. Coming up next on platform 1, Janine Bermudez. I'm so sorry. I got ahead of myself. It is Layla Cheo Isaacs. She made sure I saw that lift. Can't forget about her. 3 white lights. Heather getting set. Oh, yeah, I love a big deadlift. A big conventional deadlift is the way to my heart, everybody. And Heather Grinkley has got it.
Yeah, and I know you had mentioned earlier that on 1 we had the 5 athletes who all opened with 150. 4 of the 5 went from 150 to 160.
Sure did.
So staying right together with those deadlift jumps.
Tiffany starting her third. 177.5 kilograms, 10 kilo jump. Consistent jumps throughout for this last pull of the day. Tiffany, she's had a day, you know? It might not be a day that you want to write home about, but it is absolutely a day to be proud of. Coming to the national stage on platform 2. About to sweep these deadlifts. What a way to end it. And she drives. Does she get the down command? She does. Round 3 white lights for Anna. Crizel, 165. Nice big old deadlift for her second. After Crizel, we'll have Danielle and then Faith to close out second attempts. Sarah Eshelman, 180 kilograms on the bar for her. Solid pull here. Might have taken a little bit longer than she wanted to lock out. All right, Tia. We're here. We're in third attempts. We're at the end of the meet. What's going through your brain as a lifter?
I am looking at the numbers. I'm trying to figure out where I am and where I can get to be.
Yep.
And where I want to be.
Right.
And hopefully those last two things match up.
Right, absolutely.
And so I also come in with as much information as possible about what potential third deadlifts might be pulled by my opponents.
Sure.
Whether that be through strategic Instagram stalking or not. But a lot of these athletes will do the same. Powerlifting is, as funny as it sounds, a social media sport. Make their way online, and I'm thinking, what have I seen her do? What do I know she can do?
Right.
And I'm trying to figure out if I can match that or if I have no clue and we're playing a wild card game. But at the same time, a deadlift is really only there if you got it on a day.
Right.
So you gotta pay attention to how things feel to know what you have.
Yeah. And, I have conversations, with folks in the strength world all the time, especially because social media is a highlight reel. We don't see maybe the times that you didn't hit your macros all the way. All we see are the highlights. So you can't necessarily compare your journey, your whole journey, to somebody's highlight reel. It does you a disservice. And for her last pull of the night, Caitlin Del Piano, 187.5 kilograms on the bar, up and stuck for her. Easy money for Kate. Good lift for Kate. Way to close it out. Leave no doubt and get it done. 8 of 9 on the day. A fantastic showing from Caitlin Del Piano. And Chelsea 8th coming up right behind, a fantastic athlete. Gonna hit 187.5 as well. Judges say no lift. But Brianna Cano taking that third. She got it. We're going to see what the judges say, though. Good lift. We're in third attempts for both platforms for deadlifts, for both flights, for G. And then right after that, we will roll into flight H, and that will be it for our time here tonight. It has been a really long, fantastic, fulfilling day. Farah just pulls and pulls. Can't get it to go. Get some support from that back spotter. Excellent effort on the day from Farah as well. Came back from the brink of disqualification. Did not miss again until this last pull. She left it all out there, Tia. Left it all out there. Speaking of leaving it all out there, Paige White up and stuck. Good lift. Ashlyn Buckley coming up next. 165 kilograms on the bar. 363 pounds.
Woo, just kind of glued to the floor there on platform 2.
Just a little bit. They turn the gravity all the way up. 192.5 kilograms. Getting loaded up for Christina Ryan. Did not hit this the last time. Lost it just barely. And it doesn't look like that one's going to break the floor either. Gotta talk to the gravity manager. It's kind of messed up here. Late at night, 11:30 p.m. Central Time. Jessica Palaganas needs this lift to stay in the running. A big pull here, 195 kilograms for her. And it's up, up. Can't quite finish. Ashlyn Buckley, though, will lock it out, gets the down command, and the judges say no lift for Ashlyn. Yellows, it seems, all around. It's a tough call. Tough call.
Yeah, I think she kind of knew going down, though, because she set the bar down. You saw her kind of toss her head back and sigh. She looked up to the lights, just maybe hoping, but I think she knew.
Yeah. Synchronicity on platforms 1 and 2, fighting for the lockout. Good lifts on platform 1, not so on platform 2. That is all right. We're really leaving it all out there today. Whitley Hughescamp, 200 kilograms on the board, 440 pounds. Holly Warner is going to take, Layla is going to take 165. Whitley gets 3 white lights on her 440-pound pull. Morgan Rebernick, 202.5, 446 pounds. Getting those feet screwed in to pull it. Crizel getting loaded up to 170 kilograms on the bar. Morgan pulling. Okay! She dug in and found it. I was not sure on that first few inches, but she hit a second gear and just locked that out.
Yeah, I kind of thought that wasn't going to go super far when she started pulling it.
Right.
So incredibly slow off the ground, so that was amazing.
Fantastically done. Crizel pulling, standing, can't quite lock it out. When we're looking for the lockout, folks, especially as we're looking dead on, one of the main things that we have to see is shoulders back, stacked behind the bar, and it has to be undeniable. Hips through, shoulders back, knees locked. Colleen Donahue, big pull here, 205, one of the heaviest of the flight. Go. Not quite broke the floor on one side. Let's see Heather Grinkley. She'll be able to pull this out, I'm sure. Janine Bermudez, 170 on the bar for her last pull. And Anna Hagiwara will also take 170 for her last pull.
Yeah, and Heather is in first, projected first. This is more or less a victory lap for her. Last 65 lifter of the day.
And she gets it up and stuck. Definitive, sets it down on the ground, and the judges give her 3 white lights. Heather Grinkley letting the people know she is here, ready to rock. Getting ready for Flight H on Platform 2 as we wrap up Flight G on Platform 1. Flight G and H are 7th and 8th flights of the day. Miles Carter getting us started, 170 on the bar. Anna, Miles pulling the same weight, 1 for a third, 1 for an opener, both sumo. Let's see it. Moving, locks it out, both of them. Dare I say they moved the same? 3 white lights, 3 white lights. That's what we love to see. Faith Jones, 172.5 kilograms on the bar. Solid pull to end the day. Massively great work done from Faith today. 7 of 8 so far, looking to make it 8 out of 9. Jaden Lee, good lift. For this Raw Junior. Faith in the, I'm going to affectionately call it the Angel Kit, the all white, unmistakable.
Hard to pull off.
I know, right? Let's see if she can get some divine help for this pull. Miles Milton, a struggle on that opener. No struggle at all for Faith Jones. Who needs an angel when you've got faith? Ooh, ooh, mic drop. Who needs an angel when you got faith? Put that on a t-shirt. Danielle Jerez, 175 kilograms on the bar for the last pull of this flight. Looks like Jaden Lee will do something similar to what he did for his squat. Opened at 170 and decided to call it. Danielle Jerez, last pull, 385. Big pull here in the all green A7. Not quite. It was a good effort here. And we're rolling right along into Flight H. This is the last flight of the night, last flight of the day. We've had massive, massive lifts fall all day, and this is the culmination. Let's see how they do. Austin Marquis, Nick Patane. Both of their openers here. Easy work for Nick. Up and stuck. Austin in the Canada singlets. Easy money for Austin as well. Aaron Dominiath coming up next, 217.5 kilograms on the bar. On platform 2, on your right, we have Amani gonna take 202.5 kilograms on the bar. It's about 446 pounds. Josh Wilson will also be taking that attempt right after Amani. Makes solid work of that. And we are really well and truly rolling right along.
Yeah, and I thought I had seen him limp up to the bar. Wasn't quite sure, maybe it was just part of the setup or whatever, but he definitely limped away from the bar.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure 100% what's going on there.
We shall see. There are 3 white lights on platform 1 for Aaron. Josh Wilson, easy deadlift. 202.5 for him. Arman Samsam, we have some folks in the chat giving him love from Bangladesh. Gonna take his opener at 220 kilograms. That is 485 pounds. This is a big, big deadlift to open with over 3 times body weight for Arman. Ari Firestone, 205. Easy money for him. Arman as well. Nice and easy for both of these lifters. We love to see it. Eli Landis, Sean Davenport, don't forget the junior, and Sebastian Pena are up next in that order on platform 2. Platform 1, we have Tyson Turner getting loaded up to 225. James MacArthur getting loaded up to 225, and Lyle Delogian getting loaded up to 225 as well. Eli Landis, a little slow breaking the floor, but once it moved, it was going. And sometimes with sumo, all it takes is just to get it off the floor. Drive hard through the legs, stand up tall, and you're Gucci. Tyson Turner demonstrating that pretty well.
A little shaky at the top there with the knees. Definitely locked out hips-wise, but definitely bobble.
3 white lights for Junior. Sebastian Pena, 217.5 kilograms on the bar for him. 479. James is opening at 496 pounds. Easy up, belt flick, let him know. 3 white lights, good lift for James. Lyle Delogian will also be taking this, getting set up. Jace Tillman is going to get his opener loaded up to 240 kilograms on the bar. Over 529 pounds getting loaded up for Jace. Lyle Delogian, right after we see what Jace's results are, got successful at his 225. Emilio Valle, 227 and a half loaded up for his opener. 501. Jordan Abdon opening at 242. He said, I hear you 501 and I raise you 534. Getting that hook grip set and a quick pull. Decisive. Emilio Valle, also decisive deadlift.
There's something about deadlift to me that, like, in my brain, it just requires less analysis. So sometimes I feel like I just, like, sit here a little bit and I'm just kind of watching. I nod my head. And then I remember that people can't see me nod my head.
Right.
So it's like, just, if it's fast and it looks good, assume a nod of approval.
Yeah. The number one rule for deadlift is just stand up. Easier said than done. I wish you all could see the most unbelievable eye roll that I just got from my broadcast partner, because if it could just be so simple to just stand up, we would all do it.
My training partner is an American record holder on the deadlift.
Of course.
She's this little tiny teeny bopper, and that's what she says every time we deadlift, and I say anything about that I don't like it, she's like, just pick it up.
Come on, just stand up. It's easy. Easy to think about, but not necessarily simple in execution. Or reverse that, simple, but not easy in execution. Jason, 230. Easy money for Jason. Conventional puller here. Miles Carter, sumo puller here. Sumo just means you have a wide stance. Your hands are positioned inside of your legs, whereas on a conventional pull, your legs are narrow, parallel, and your hands are outside of your legs on the pull. Tia, are you a sumo or conventional puller?
I've tried both. Because I'm more of a heavyweight lifter, conventional works better for me. And that's just the matter of the fact it's more consistent.
Yep.
It's easier to recover from a little bit of positioning mistakes, I think, on conventional.
Yeah.
And my personal weakness is at the top. So if my weakness is at the top, the weakness of a typical sumo lifter is going to be at the bottom. So I don't want to have weaknesses at the bottom and the top.
That is a fair point. Pick your battles and pick them wisely. Also as a heavyweight puller myself, both in the powerlifting and the in strongman, sumo pulling is actually not allowed. So we have to pull conventional anyway. But even when I was a powerlifter and will be making my return, y'all heard it here first, I pull conventional all day, every day. But that's just what works for my body. Sumo and Sam do not mix, and that is all right. Armani, 210 on the bar. Jalen Douglas, 237 and a half on the bar. Easy money. Armani, little bit of a grind here. Still great work. 3 white lights, good lifts for both gentlemen. We are in second attempts on platform 2, folks. On second attempts for deadlift, and we're nearing the end of our first attempts in flight H on platform 1. So we're moving right along. And it seems like we're about to have a music break. Gino may start beatboxing. Somebody's got to do something.
Yeah, they turned the music off, and I didn't realize that they turned the music off at first because you get so used to just hearing it, and I was like, "Whoa, what happened?"
or we might have taken a vibe shift because I hear a little bit underneath, but we'll see if it picks back up.
Yeah.
But I'll take the sweet, sweet music of the plates banging on the platform. I love that too.
As a lifter on the platform, I would hate this.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I don't want to hear me breathe.
I like loud noise, but I don't like hearing specific people. So if there's not music, I would be able to hear like my mom per se or my best friend, and I could pick out their voices. And that can, when you're on the platform, that can kind of distract you. And if you get distracted, you hear somebody's voice and you naturally kind of gravitate towards them, and it can move your focal point.
Yeah. And when you need to be focusing on the bar, that's really all you got. Kurt up and stuck for that opener. Just easy money. Sean Davenport Jr. gonna take 217.5 kilograms on the bar. Sending one up before he gets set.
Augustine, 622 pounds.
Sean Davenport pulling. Don't forget the junior. What do the judges say? 3 white lights. Zine Hassan, 250 kilograms opening, 551 pounds. I'm not sure if you all can hear, but the music is back and it is bumping. Makes me feel like I'm in, like, I've never been here, but if I was in Berlin, like a nice little underground place, that's what it would feel like to me. But we're in Lombard, Illinois. Eli Landis, 220 on the bar, 440 pounds queued up. Oh, legs lock. He stands up. He still can regroup and go for it again. Take a minute. Take a breath. Recompose. What's going through your head after a pull like that, Tia?
I have not missed a first or a second deadlift.
I know that's right. I know that's right, Tia.
I haven't personally had this experience of having to come back on deadlift specifically. I've missed just about every lift in powerlifting.
That's real.
Except
Yeah.
the first 2 deadlifts that are a little more consistent.
Yeah.
Kind of goes with that, I guess, just pick it up theory. But I think that just gotta kind of go out there, and I think sometimes you try and focus on being so technically perfect, pulling the slack out of the bar, pulling everything, or like setting up perfectly correct, and sometimes you just need to try and make the bar move a little faster.
Right.
And we did see a lifter, I think 2 lifters ago. He had a good lift. It was a good lift. He went to the jury anyways. What happened there, and I couldn't 100% tell. I think he ripped a callus on his hand. So I think he told him that he was going to go to the back and tape it. You can tape your calluses if they rip open. You just have to tell the jury.
Okay.
/ like get permission, but they're not going to tell you no.
Right. Because
As
you
long
can't
as you're like,
actively
my
be
hand is
bleeding on
bleeding.
the bar. Right, exactly. Sebastian Pena, 235 kilograms on the bar, 518. Done and dusted for his second.
Yeah, Austin on platform 1, already with an over 600 kilo total just off that opener. So
Unbelievable.
looking to add to that flex with the 500-pound deadlift as well, and then hopefully a little bit more on the third too.
Jace Tillman pull gets the down. Judges say that is a good lift for both gentlemen on the platform. Jordan Valdez finishing out the second attempt, 267.5 kilograms on the bar. That is 573 pounds for Jordan. And for Tyson, 507 on the bar, 230 kilograms. Up and stuck, not even a problem for Mr. Turner at all. Jordan getting set. Second deadlift, not a problem for Jordan either. Judges will say 3 white lights, and he knows it's good. We're rolling into third attempts. On platform 2, this is where we pull out all the stops. This is where it is time to dig in and go. So you've never missed your first or second deadlift. Neither have I. We're alike in that way. What are you thinking about on your third?
I'm thinking that I want to be done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking that it's going to be hard. You know it's going to be hard. So, but I also think that you just kind of got to believe in yourself.
Very much so. Very much so. I remember, at IPL Worlds, my last deadlift had 477 loaded up on the bar, and my coach looked at me dead in my face and he said, whatever you do not stop pulling and commit to this lift. It was the ugliest lockout I ever had, and it did not count. But I picked it up that day, and sometimes that is more than enough. Miles Carter, 187.5, up, done.
Yeah, we talk about conserving energy and whatnot, and sometimes you know that a lift is going to be a bad lift or a low lift, or you already kind of moved your foot or something, so you know that they're going to cut that, and you kind of give up on the lift in the middle. The one I would tell you not to do that on is your last deadlift.
Yep,
it's your last lift, so you can, even if it's not legal, you got to get that up and get the nice little Barbell Productions picture at the top.
Yeah. Miles Milton unable to get that bar off the floor for 200. Aiden Johnson, 212.5. 468 on the bar. Arman Samsam, second deadlift, 240 kilograms. Lyle did not hit 240 and will be scratching his last attempt. Smart. Something might not have felt right after that last pull. Arman hits it. Jason will be up to hit 240 next. On platform 2, Miles Milton, Aiden Johnson are both going, well, Miles went for 200, Aiden went for 212.5. Josh Wilson will be going for 212.5 as well, as we are rolling right along into those thirds. That is a good lift out of platform 2. Making sure the bar is clean. Because believe it or not, even on meet day, we see blood, sweat, tears, and sometimes a little bit of pee-pee. And that is okay. All is welcome here at USAPL.
Yeah, like we've been saying all day, you don't get points for pretty, so
Yep.
gotta do whatever you can take.
Absolutely. Come on, Josh. Come on, Josh. Just stuck and can't convert. James MacArthur, we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, as soon as he turned his head down, you knew it wasn't there.
Yeah. And one of the things on deadlift that I always tell people is where your head and your eyes go, your body will follow. It's so important to be able to keep that neutral position all the way through the pull, just to make sure that you don't fall flat on your face, minimally. Eli Landis going to take 220 again. 485 pounds. Unsuccessful last attempt. And Silo will take 242.5 pounds, 534. Come on, Eli. Come on. Just stuck and couldn't get it. Hands to the head. He knows. He feels it. Silo making short work. Silo, excuse me. Making short work. Emilio Valle gonna take this same weight. And Amani and Nick on platform 2 are both going to attempt 222.5 kilograms on their third attempt, 490.61 pounds. And this is for all the marbles. 20 kilogram difference on both of your platforms that you see in front of you. All right, Amani. Yes. Oh my goodness. Locks it out out slow and strong. Gets the down. Judges say good lift for both lifters. Fantastically done. All right, let's see if Nick can follow up that success. Brendan Pham coming up next. 245 on the bar. All right, Nick, leave it all here. Leave it all here. You've had a great day. Let's see what you got.
Charles Montgomery.
Come on.
Got stuck. Lock it out. Hips through. Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick. Oh, ran out of air. And really, at the end of those pulls, I can tell you from experience, the walls are closing in. All you see is stars, and it takes everything out of you to hang on to that bar. What an excellent effort to close out. Brendan successful on his 245. Jalen Douglas looking to take 247 for his second. Sean Davenport, don't forget the junior. Don't forget it. Couldn't quite get that one. Excellent show on the day from Sean. Easy pull for Jalen. I love that deadlift. I want to see more weight on there. He looks great. I need to see more from him. That's all I'll say.
Well, you'll get to. He gets a third still.
Absolutely. Ari Firestone, 237.5 kilograms on the bar. After Ari, we have Sebastian, Jace, Jordan, and Joran to close out our efforts. Here we go, Ari. All right. Oh, Ari pulls and knows he's not going to get it. Made it about mid-shin. Great pull. Charles Pero, 255 getting loaded up. Sebastian Pena for his last pull, 247.5 kilograms on the bar for him. Charles, let's go. Great pull. Sebastian Pena, here we go. Big brace. Strong pull. Lock it out. Let's go. Lock it out. Let's go. Yeah. Come on, Sebastian. Solid lockout. Judges say good lift for Mr. Pena. And what an incredible end of Sebastian's day. 9 for 9 for Sebastian Pena. Perfect in every way. What a way to end a national competition. 9 for 9. Jace Tillman, 255 getting loaded up for him. Also an incredible lifter that has had an awesome day. Up and stuck, gets the down. Easy money for Jace. Good lift for Jace Tillman. Jordan Abdon, 272.5. 600 pounds. 600.86, so over 600 pounds getting loaded up for this third. Over on platform 1, Zain Hassan, 260 getting loaded up. We're going to lock in on these last pulls on platform 2 here and give these lifters all we got. Let's see it, Jordan. Yes. Gets a little hammy dance. Gets the lock out. Oh, my goodness. Right before the down, the grip gives out. That has got to sting. That has got to sting. Joran Valdez looking to really bring it home. 275, the icing on the cake for his incredible day. Looking forward to seeing him close this out, sending one up to the man upstairs, adjusting his belt, getting ready, getting set, getting positioned. Arms long, Gino, the powerlifting pirate, asking for some hype. Big pull from Jordan. Can't quite convert, can't quite make it happen. Excellently done. We're gonna shift our focus back to platform 1 to finish out the night. Folks, if you're gonna watch for results, keep it locked in here because your results will be on this screen once we wrap it up. At least they were on the last session. We'll see if that continues. Nathan Cruzado, 277.5 getting loaded up for him. This is a massive deadlift, 611 on the bar for Nathan. We're closing down the competition on platform 1. Everyone else is done, but we are here still grinding it out into the wee hours of the morning. Nathan Cruzado goes to lift, gets it stuck and down. Judges say, good lift.
And we move to the third attempts. Last platform running. Final deadlifts of the day. Well, I guess first deadlifts of the day.
Yep.
It's 12:04 in the
Oh
morning.
my goodness. Last lift, best lift. I want to see, I would hope so. That would be my goal. Aaron Dominia, 240 kilograms on the bar for him.
Yeah, and
Let's see him pull it. 240. Let's see him. He's getting set. Had to take a little photo op moment with some of our other commentators in the back. Up and stuck for Aaron. Oh my goodness. Way to leave it all out there. Good lift for Aaron Dominia. Austin Marquis at this same weight. 240 on the bar. For this 75 kilo lifter, a massive, massive total coming down from Captain Canada, as it seems. Austin Marquis. Oh, not quite.
I think he's just set up badly.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think he also would agree with you. Tyson Turner, 242.5. After Tyson, we have Jason, James, Armand, and Brendan in that order. We're going to see some of the same weights get dropped here soon. And it's really going to be anyone's game who closes it out. Let's go. Big pull from Tyson. We'd love to see it. Judges say good lift for Tyson. Jason, 250 on the bar. Music bumping. Gino bumping. So the commentator team is myself, Sam Martin, and my partner, Tia Badger. Unfortunately for the chat, Cranon Warford is not here. She's in Texas. Big pull for Jason, not quite there. Good effort to leave it all here. Arman Samsam. Excellent day so far. Really looking to close it out right after James pulls 252.5 kilograms. So James and Arman will both pull this. And then Brendan, Emilio, and Jalen will all attempt 255 kilograms. Come on, James. Come on, James.
Oh, yeah.
Good lift for James MacArthur, really leaving it all out there. We're coming down to our last lifts of the night. And by golly, will they be big. This next deadlift, 556 pounds on the bar. Lightweight.
So slow.
Come on, Arman. Finish, finish, finish. And he does, gets the down.
He did that.
And it is a good lift. 2 is all we need. 2 is all we need. Brendan fam looking to continue. We're going up to 55, 562 on the bar.
I just absolutely love the excitement that comes along with making those final lifts.
Oh, yeah. Whether it's 12 a.m. or 12 p.m., we're getting hyped for a big pull. Brandon coming out with the SBD Sweden kit. Rolling it to his liking, getting the moisture off his feet. And he might want to get to the platform and make this pull. He has some time, but it's not much. Yes, Brendan. What a pull. Good lift. Good lift. And we're going to keep it rolling. Bar is still loaded. We're still hype. We're still moving along.
Shout out to that referee sitting there on the left side, because all the lifters are either excitedly running past him and jumping around him, or like walk past him really depressed when they miss their lift and he has to like avoid eye contact.
Right. I mean, it's not his fault. Emilio Valle, huge pull here from this lifter. A pleasure to watch all day. Oh, yes, Emilio. Strong lockouts. Judges say. Good lifts. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not a question. Jalen Douglas going to take a swing at this one. Bars loaded. Same thing. Coming out in the hot pink. Rolling the bar to where he wants it to be. He's able to get that set. And in the back on the right, we have our newest national referee, Wendy Clow. Just took her nationals practicum last week and passed, and she's here already getting to work. Judges say, good lift for Jalen. All we need is 2. CeeLo, Charles, Zayn, all taking 260 kilograms on the bar, 573 pounds. Bar is loaded for CeeLo.
3 lifters in a row gonna take this 260. Each gonna try to do it better than the last.
There's something a little special about that, but I can imagine as a lifter, something that could be a little nagging in the back of my ear, like, you had to hit the same weight that I hit on thirds? Well, let's see you do it then. CeeLo, come on. CeeLo with the lockout.
We'll have to see what they say about that little heart through the
Good
middle.
lift. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Continuing the run, Charles. Bar is loaded. All they had time to do was clean it off before Charles walks it down. Stare down on the bar, wiping his feet off. Scare in the bar. It's shaking in its plates. Let's go, Charles. Pick that bar up. Adjusting his belt, making the final touches. Not quite enough to break the floor, but a good fight. We're going to clean that bar off, and Zane's going to get right on back out here and try to pull that up as well. Bar is loaded for him. So far, 260 is 1-1 with these lifters. Let's see if he can show it who's boss. Let's go, leave no doubt. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Pull it. Not quite. Not quite. I was a little worried when it didn't move, and then it started moving, and I had a little bit of hope, but he just could not lock that out.
3 attempts remain.
Kurt, James, Nathan, 270, 285, 290 respectively. Kurt will be ending his night with a 595-pound pull for Kurt. Getting his bar set where he wants it. Especially with so many lifters picking up and dropping the weights, you don't want to put the weight put the plates in a dip, so you unknowingly make a deficit for yourself. You want to make sure it's on nice, even ground. Here we go, Kurt. Oh, not quite. And I'm sure you all know by now, but once the bar leaves the floor, it has to continue to rise. That up-down motion is not permitted on any lift, but especially not deadlift. James Russo, 628 pounds on that bar, 285 kilograms. If he gets this lift, it will be massive. And will absolutely help catapult him up 4 spots in the lineup. Oh, James. Oh, what a good fight. Good try.
All right, we've had a couple misses in a row. We are down to our last deadlift of the morning. And that will be Nathan Cruzado, 290, looking to move from a 5th place medal already secured to a 3rd place bronze medal finish.
This is huge for Nathan. Huge. The final deadlift of the day, 12:15 Central Time. Will he do it? Let's find out. Let's go. Let's go. Pull it. Stand up.
Pull.
Lock it out. He's got it. He's got. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I would have thought he had that. Oh man. Well, folks, that concludes our day of action here on platforms 1 and 2, session 3 here at the USA Powerlifting Youth and Raw Nationals day one. It has been a fantastic day. You're going to see some results come up on your screen, and I think the best is still yet to come. What parting thoughts do you have, Tia?
I think the lifters all left it out on the platform, and we're super proud of all of them. To recap your results for the day, for this session, your women's raw 65 kilo national champion Heather Grinkley, 492.5. Coming in behind her, silver medalist Colleen Donahoe, 475. Third place, Alexis Murray, 467.5. Right behind her with a 465 medalist, Jessica Palaganas and Charlie Eith in fifth place, rounding out the medals.
And in men's raw, 75 kilogram, top of the lineup is Noah Foreman. Second place, Garrett Lockwood. Third place, Alfonso Montalvo. Fourth place, Eric Lapointe. And rounding out fifth, we have Leandro Munoz. Solid totals, solid lifters. Honestly, folks, from me, Sam Martin, and my partner, Tia Badger, we want to wish you a good night, or should I say, good morning. We'll see you later today.
That's all for now. We'll see you next time.